and give his pulse on the industry.
Who was the guy that was the first GM?
Hey, gentlemen, we're up.
He died.
Ed Coleman.
Yeah. I'm shocked.
Thank you, ma'am. You're welcome. Sir.
He was not a bad guy. I mean, he wasn't you, but he wasn't. No, he wasn't. He was a little more. So we have another Genesis here.
What's that?
Calling and bragging on you guys. You hear that on the radio?
Oh, he wrote.
That's
one.
good.
He wrote to
Oh
this
my
person
God.
about Genesis.
We get a couple of weeks.
I'm done with that guy. Every month I'm dealing with the same thing. I just delete him.
Jackie.
People calling in just saying, "Oh my
just
God,
delete
you guys are one." It's like,
Well,
are you paying them to do this
You
or what?
said, I hope I'm not
It's
mixing up with
unreal.
someone else. Didn't you receive a check? Is that the one you're talking about?
It is awesome. It's impressive.
Are one of those sheets for me?
Or what?
Oh, they're just
No,
commercial
no,
files. They have to
yeah.
fill.
Can I
You need
see
a sheet of
paper?
paper?
You get an extra.
Here.
I'll
Take that. You're okay with
You
giving
blank?
I know his name.
You have pen too?
Sometimes
You got a number?
No,
Yes.
Don't worry about it. I bought 100 of them.
586, 1086.
He had a hangar party. He didn't invite us.
I know.
Well,
I love hangar parties.
I was barely
Love
invited.
them. Love them.
We had a Christmas party. We didn't invite you.
Yeah. No. If you
At the
guys,
hangar.
if you guys want to have a big party out the hangar anytime, just let me know. If you got a lot of people coming for something, it's fun.
Where's your hangar?
Front range.
Too far away.
It is far for you.
I'm supposed to secured.
I'll use.
I applied for Medicare.
Yeah, but ours is set up for parties. We have big restrooms.
You applied?
Yeah. For
Excellent.
Medicare, not for my. I'm not taking money yet.
Why wouldn't you? I thought 60 made more sense. Oh, you can't yet.
62 or 66. I'm waiting for 66, and then I'm going to definitely take it.
I thought you were 70.
Almost.
It's a good thing I'm here to remind him.
I just can't believe how old I am. I never in a million years thought, I mean, not that I thought I'd die, but I mean, I just never pictured myself as 65 years old. I'm looking up.
What was the quickest 10 years? Like 10 to 30?
Quickest 40 to 50.
40 to 50.
No, 50 to
50 to
60.
60.
I'm sorry, 50 to 60.
Yeah,
You're
same
right.
for me.
That was your quickest.
Yeah, but you know where I mentally stopped? And I don't know why, 26. My attitude stopped changing at 26. Whereas
Yeah, you're the same age.
I remember growing and changing all my ideas and philosophies, but at 26, I pretty much stayed the same. Except, I don't let things bother me a lot, but I mean, my core beliefs are about what they were at 26. I don't know why that age, but
That's probably pretty normal, don't you think?
I think it's probably a little young.
Is it?
Yeah,
Hey,
what they say.
Yeah, but remember, I was on my own, like Mark, we were
Yeah.
15.
If you're under 30 and you're not a Democrat, you have no heart. If you're
Right.
over 30 and you
Yeah.
Well, Bernie
Republican, you have
Sanders.
no
So, you have no
Who said
brain.
that?
Bernie Sanders. What about Bernie Sanders?
You have no brain.
Yeah, but you get pizza.
You get pizza.
Doesn't he free pizza in a movie?
Now, Tom Martino.
Who doesn't want pizza?
No sound, Dan. No sound.
Hi, I'm Tom Martino. Welcome to the show. This hour brought to you by K&H Home Solutions. That's K&H Home Solutions. Hey, I'll tell you about them in a minute, but I want to tell you this is a consumer show unlike any other show you'll ever hear on the radio. In fact, it's any other show anywhere. When it comes to direct help, I'm not going to get up here and say F the president. I'm not going to say Ambien made me a racist. I'm not going to talk about any politics at all, except, of course, when it comes to government programs and stuff as it relates to the economy and to your personal finance. What we do here is help. If you had to sum up the show, it's help. We love doing it. In fact, we've recovered hundreds of millions of dollars over the years in cash, merchandise, exchanges, refunds, and services. Live on Facebook, live on YouTube, live on KHOW Radio, our flagship in Denver, and affiliates. We also have the iHeartRadio app, and we receive email, phone calls, and comments from all over the country. And we have some people in Russia, I don't know why, and up in Alaska, a little town in Alaska.
Oh,
Russia.
wait. I got to tell you something.
Where? Where else?
Listen, we were up over the weekend by the Royal Gorge rafting, okay? I'm just sitting out in front of the RV that I got from Century RV, shameless plug.
CenturyRV.com.
That's right. So this guy is driving this tiny little motorcycle. It looks like a little mini Honda. It's called it's a Honda something. It looks like a tiny crotch rocket, but there's plates and everything on it. Finally, I said, hey, is that one of those new Hondas? He goes, I know you. And I look at him.
He recognized your voice.
He recognized us from the Facebook, and then as soon as I talked, he recognized my voice. He lives in Texas and watches all the time.
Fun. Okay, yeah, we have a big Texas audience. So welcome. And as I said, K&H Home Solutions, they have the best siding I have ever seen. I used to love talking about siding when the composite sidings came out. Then there were class action lawsuits. A lot of them did not hold up. But this Everlast is literally waterproof, closed cell, colors impregnated all throughout the thing. You chip it open, and it's the color. You never have to maintain it at all, okay? It has a rich cedar texture and look and feel, but it's not cedar, of course, and you can get an array of colors. It will add value to your home. It's a beautiful siding. So it's not something you just do to cover up. If you're building a dream house, you'd want to use this. And it's a lifetime of durability. $6,200 off this siding. And that is their special on your complete siding deal. And that is honoring the 62 years in business. They're also taking 25% off your window order, plus upgrading you to triple pane. K&H Home Solutions, 303-421-7100. But by the way, it's khwindows.com. That's their original one, khwindows.com. Online. Okay, we have a special guest today talking about home services. We'll get to him in a minute, and we'll talk to you like Mark wants to talk about a problem with his neighbor or something. What's going on, Mark?
Hi, Tom.
Hey.
I'm having problems with a company called Good Neighbor Home Services.
Oh, Good Neighbor Home Services. What is Good Neighbor Home Services?
They do repair work for, I guess, offices.
Is it like a handyman thing?
Yeah, only more in-depth. They do electrical work and construction and replace things, so...
Are they a company for, like, for example, a furnace? Are they a company for a water heater? Are they a
they do that kind of stuff.
What about a window?
I'm sure they do.
Like it's just the home stuff?
Yeah.
Do they aggregate people and send out people, or are they a company themselves?
They're a company themselves.
So they have their own people. They don't, like, send someone to do this and someone to do that?
Some of their stuff is contracted out. Like.
All right, so what's the problem?
Started on Tuesday, June 5th. They came out to replace the swamp cooler we had because it wasn't working. And so we were going to get central air and a new furnace. And we did the whole contract thing and all that. So,
yeah, so what's the problem?
The problem is they quit working. They did part of the job. They didn't even do it right.
Oh, where did they quit?
Nothing worked. Well, they quit. They've installed the swamp cooler. They installed the air. They installed the furnace, but neither one of them worked.
Okay, this is called, by the way, what they call themselves is plumbing, heating, cooling, electric drains. Coincidentally, Bob Logan's in with us today from Plumline. They come in now and then to say hello and just to touch base. And I've not heard of Good Neighbor Home Services. Have you, Bob?
Yeah, I've heard of them, Tom. I'm not that familiar with them, no.
Okay,
They're
so
a pretty small company.
What's the bottom line here, Mark? What's the problem?
Bottom line is we've been without air conditioning now for over a week.
And when did they start the job?
On Tuesday the 5th.
And how did you find them?
We'd used them last year, and they had done a super job on our swamp cooler. I think at one time they were on a referral list. That's
No.
I don't know if it was yours or Dave Logan's or whoever, but that's how we found them.
Okay. Well, that's fine. I'll tell you this, okay? Anybody can have a referral list. Obviously, all you have to do is just put your name on it, and you do it. I mean, even I think Steve Kelly tried to do one years ago, and everybody tries, and that's fine, except when problems happen. So here's what I suggest seriously, is that you, and I'm not going to refuse, I'm going to help you, but you should go to where you found it and demand some action. But now, what is the problem? They stopped working. Is that the bottom line? They just stopped.
They just stopped.
Okay, how much have you paid so far? How much have you paid?
We did the cardinal mistake. We paid the full amount.
Why did you pull $8,000 up front?
Yeah.
Why?
$8,600 plus the service plans. Well,
8,600.
yeah.
Bob, you guys don't take. What do you do for payment? I never actually asked you because I never get complaints, but I know you don't.
Credit card.
How do you do it at Plumline?
Yeah, whether it's credit card, financing, it doesn't matter. We always collect after the job is completed,
right.
and our clients are 100% satisfied.
Okay. So listen, man. Why don't we just start out by calling them? What's the last contact you had, Mark?
Friday.
What did they say?
They didn't even come out Friday. They sent a contract.
Okay, but what did they say?
They didn't say anything. They just said they would return our phone calls, and they
All
didn't.
right. Hey, Clint, are you going to get that? All right, he's going to get Deputy Clint starting right out of the gate. And what's the name of that racehorse that just won that Triple Crown?
The Triple Crown. Justify. What a great race. I bet on the second horse, not the first one.
Because Dan got out of here on the gate, just like Justify.
Like Justify.
Meanwhile, we got a plow horse over here, and I'm not going to say anything.
The horse that came in second was Gronikowski. It's owned by the old football player that was here. Yeah. That's the one I bet on. He came in second. It worked out good.
So I understand. Let me see. I just got this note. Do you know if you wanted to breed your mare to this stud, this stallion, how much?
The one that just won, Justify? I would say 1.5 a poke. How much?
$75 million. That can't be true.
No, that can't be right. No.
I got to check my source.
That source is wrong.
She's usually correct. Hello, source. Let me know. She's the same source that said, Tom, sit up straight when you're on camera.
It's probably worth that much.
Tell Mark to stand up straight. No, it can't be $75 million for that, huh?
One poke, 75
I heard
mil.
the same thing, around $75 million.
Now, there are a few
and they
ways
bought
of
that
doing
horse
this.
for $500,000. Pretty good return on investment.
A few ways of
that guy's won twice now.
A few ways of doing this is they can do the sperm, they send it off, or they do they ship the mare to them, and when you ship the mare to this horse, then they take care of that, and then sometimes the price guarantees pregnancy, not the results of a horse. But
so it's not one poke; it's unlimited pokes.
Well, no, but usually it takes. But in any case, it's a fascinating business. But I'm going to tell you this one story, and similar stories where you hear about a horse, and $250,000 per breeding, and they do 3 or 4 a day. That's what keeps these horse people believing there's light at the end of the tunnel. But 99.9% of all horse people lose money, whether it's breeding, racing, showing. It's for the idle rich. I mean, it really is. You're not going to make a lot of money. Okay, Alex has a comment on our Russian listeners. Alex.
Hey, Tom, how you doing?
Good. What is your comment, sir?
Hey, my comment is this. Lots of Russians in Denver listen in your show. I know that for a fact.
Because you're Russian.
I am Russian.
How long have you been?
Listening to you every time.
Thank you, Alex. I appreciate it. I wish you would come in to say hello. You could be our.
I would love to do so.
Okay, I'm gonna have Suzanne get the information. He says the Russian community here.
Ask him if he voted for Trump.
He's
curious.
on line 3. First of all, are you a citizen yet, Alex?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Mark wants to know. Not that I care. This is not a political show. Did you vote for Trump?
I did not vote at all.
Okay, he did not. You're allowed to vote when you become a citizen, right, Alex? You're allowed to vote.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, exercise it. Now, when did you leave Russia?
I am actually not from Russia per se. I'm from Uzbekistan.
Okay, and when did you leave?
About 20 years ago.
Okay.
He sounds like that one comedian. I can't think of his name, but he sounds just like him.
Comedian?
Yeah.
Russian comedian?
Borat.
Never heard of him. Anyway, I digress. John Fuller is a personal injury attorney, and I hope you never need him. Personal injury is a complicated set of laws, an area of law. I am so tired of these people giving themselves the nickname, the big ass, the strong this, the this and that, and oh my God, it's just the bull crapper, the bulldogger. In any case, if you truly want someone, and I mean this sincerely, to look at your case and give you an honest assessment, John Fuller, you will like this guy. If you hire him, of course, all of the consultation is free. If you hire him, he will only collect a percentage of what he collects for you. John Fuller, Fuller Law, just a good guy, good all-around guy, and he's smart, and that's the important thing, because this is something you need to check out. Even if you don't think you have a case, if you're injured and you have questions, please, before you lose your rights, call 303-597-4500. Not to sue, but just to find out. 303-597-4500.
We got to talk about his spots right away.
Johnny, did you find out any intelligence?
Yeah, he sent me a couple he wants you to listen to and then kind of focus in on the messages from those two. Yeah.
I want to make sure you got it just for you, sir.
I think he needs a nickname.
The bull crapper. I've always liked that one.
I like that. You mess with the bull, you get the horn.
You mess with the bull, you get the crapper.
Weather forecast. It's going to be sunny today. Nice, not quite as hot, with a high near 85. Right now, fair skies at 65. The traffic and weather, I'm Pete Wagner, 6:30 K-How.
Or Bob, you could take it right now. You could be plumb line the bull crapper if you want to grab it right now.
I'm going to pass on that nickname.
Go to lefthawk.com. Enter promo code RISK for an extra 10% off the low starting price of $7.99 a month. Terms apply.
If you're looking for replacement windows, K&H Home Solutions.
What's the
I've
name
known
of,
Ted Nolan
okay.
25 years or more. This company has more than a 60-year heritage. K&H Home Solutions used to be K&H Windows, and they were the first replacement window company on my
How else
report.
do people spell Conway?
Windows, doors, and siding. Their
No
website
B's.
is
Yeah, I got that. How else?
khwindows.com. That's khwindows.com.
That's probably it, right?
P-L-U-M without the B. Yeah.
Energy efficiency.
I got those two.
A home like these windows, and you won't find a better company when it comes to
P-L-U-M-E?
skill
Yeah,
and
no one's that
know-how.
stupid.
Standing
No one's that stupid, right?
If you need windows, doors,
No, you don't.
Plume
When
line.
you say plum, you don't know if it's the fruit or the
for sure,
actually like a plumber.
Like the guy with the thumb.
How about with the
Stick it in his thumb, hold out a plum.
Call it
Little Jack Horner.
Little Jack.
How about a dash mark? P-L-U-M-dash-L-A-N-E.
That's not bad.
You can make appointments right on the website. KH.
Actually, 2 words.
2 words. Yeah, definitely. What are you doing this for?
That's for your new listing. Just misspellings.
They type it in, they get it.
So I'm going to do P-L-U-M-B space line and P-L-U-M line.
End your night in one of our luxurious hotel rooms. Plan your trip to Lady Luck Casino Blackhawk today.
Man, it was
I'm
hot
looking
here.
forward to going to Elitch's tomorrow, man. I'm taking the day off, though.
What are you do
Bringing my niece there.
Right,
Going every ride, everything.
You're gonna do
Mark,
the,
you love rides.
everything.
You love rides.
I
You
do.
just
I love
tolerate
it.
it.
No,
You
I
love
love
it.
rides.
How about the
You
water
tolerate
park?
it.
How about the
I
water
hate it.
park?
I don't even tolerate it.
Yeah?
I'm afraid of some of them. I just don't do it. Roller coaster.
A roller coaster?
But I'll go up in the plane and I'll do. but I'm in control and.
Would you skydive?
I think I might.
It's $99 up where I just was. I almost stopped it.
I gotta learn more about it and feel comfortable.
It's the funnest thing I've ever done. Once you're out,
You don't
man.
feel like you're falling, do you?
You feel, yeah,
You feel like you're flying.
you feel like you're flying. Not really falling, but
But you don't
flying.
get that negative G except for the first 3-4 seconds, right? That negative feeling.
Yeah.
I got it.
The fear dissipates
You
into
did the whole time.
Yeah. I had the funnest part for me was falling. Once I pulled the chute, I was like, every bit.
The falling is definitely the best.
And did you try to direct yourself?
Yeah, a little bit. Well, you had the harness hooked me wrong, so it was like cutting off my oxygen.
Now, did you do a tandem?
You have to.
Yeah, you have to.
Well, of course you do. That's what I'm just gonna.
The landing was like, I had no idea how smooth it would be. My guy was perfect. He came in and
Did
just,
you have one that he could pull?
yeah. He comes in at an angle, and then just like that.
Flares.
It's crazy. You had a skydiver, right? Or a parachute?
What's the difference?
Well,
What
you
he
can
meant,
steer.
they're both parachutes, but he meant, did you have the steer? I think they're all controllable now, aren't they, Mark?
Yeah. Mine was.
I don't know.
I would assume so.
Yeah, it'd be pretty tough if they weren't
Rectangle
actually.
shoot, rectangle.
Yeah. Yeah, my landing wasn't good either because I'm very unflexible. He's like, get your legs up, because they like come in and I don't know if you slid or what
I
you
did.
Okay.
I slid on him, though. I didn't even touch.
Right.
Did you do
It's
any
like-
more after that?
I wanted to go right back up that second they were booked for the day. Yeah, that was Father's Day years ago. That was when I thought Suzanne was trying to off me.
Stem cell therapy is such a complicated topic, and I'll tell you why. Because of all the liars and cheaters in the category. And I want you to take my word for it after the bunches of research. The only way to legally get living stem cell therapy right now is to have it harvested from you, the donor, at the time of the injection. Because they can't take it out and put it, amniotic fluid in the mail and ship it no matter what they do. These chiropractic offices, I'm sorry to say, with stem cell in the name, they're all like, they're just cheating people. They're cheating people. We had to kick some off the referral list. It's a sad thing, okay? But if you want real stem cell therapy, Centeno Schultz. Centeno Schultz. They're the original deal. In fact, they were one of the first clinics in the country. They're also affiliated with clinics they started called Regenex. 303-963-9201. 303-963-9201, Centeno Schultz. All right, Kevin's here. He has a question for our in-studio guest today, Plumline Services. Go ahead, Kevin. What's your question?
Yeah, good morning.
Hey.
I was just curious, first off, if you come down to Monument, Colorado.
You know, unfortunately, we do not, Kevin. That's a little
We
bit
can probably
further
find someone.
outside of
But
our-
what is your question? What's the problem?
Well, you know, being a monument, we're about 7,000 feet in elevation. 90% of the houses don't have air conditioning down there.
Mm-hmm.
And here we are. It's a little bit warmer every year. And
Yeah, yeah.
I'm tired of sweating in my own bed.
So you're
I would
saying,
like
look,
to-
even though I'm in Monument, I want air conditioning.
Yes, and I think it'd be good for resale value, too. And I'm looking at replacing the furnace. It's 19 years old also.
Wow. In fact, you should do them both, especially with a 19-year-old furnace. And you guys have that special, don't you?
We do here locally. It's half off an air conditioner with the purchase of an air furnace.
Yeah. You know, we can probably find you someone, Kevin. What should he look out for, really? Is there anything new? I know every time we do something, there's something new. Like when I just replaced the water heater a couple years ago with you guys. So what's new right now?
Well, I mean, technology is changing constantly. So sealed combustion systems are the best right now. Variable
What is a
speed.
sealed combustion system?
So basically, most water heaters, most furnaces will pull
outside air
or fresh air from the surrounding area.
Right.
Sealed combustion, it's pulling the majority of the air from the outside. It's piped, so the intake is coming from the outside.
It's not coming from around it. It's not creating negative pressure.
Right. It's not. It's called atmospheric.
Does that help with the efficiency?
It well. To an extent, it does, but because
what's the main reason for that?
One, for safety reasons.
Oh, okay.
But
so if there's a pipe, a vent that pulls the air from outside, the fresh intake.
Correct, and it's going straight to the furnace.
Is it a big pipe?
No, typically they're 3 or 4 inches.
Is it hard to retrofit?
What do you mean retrofit? So,
retrofit, if you never had one
right.
with a fresh air intake like that.
It all depends on how your basement layout is and where your furnace is.
You got to run that PVC right outside.
You got to run that PVC outside. It can't be near an operational window or underneath a deck or anything like that. And so it all depends on the layout of your house, which way the joists run. So, but any licensed contractor can tell you if it's feasible or not.
All right.
Multi-speed, variable speed furnaces, and now air conditioners are also 2-stage or variable speed up to. So that'll save you a ton of money in your utilities and make your home more comfortable.
So sealed combustion and variable speed. Scott, what's going on with you, Scott? And coming up, I'm going to have a tip that will that will increase the efficiency of your AC and furnace with minor additions or you don't have to buy anything. And I'll bet you it'll do at least 30% more efficiency. And there was a company one time that actually tried to trademark this and go out and do it under a trade name. But anyway, go ahead. What's going on, Scott?
Hey, Tom. I am buying a brand new house out in Commerce City. I've got a brother-in-law that lives out there and said that the water out there is really hard and that, you know, he recommends me getting a water softener, but I listen to you guys, and you have those guys that do the, I thought you had it, that would come out and test the water and point of use or do a whole house. I was wondering if you had the name and the number. I'd want to try to get the water tested before I move into the house. That way, if I need to do something, I have an honest opinion.
I think it was Pure Water. If he's talking about our water guru.
That guy, he would test it for contaminants. I don't know if he did softening as much as he did filtration. I will tell you this.
I think Plumbline Services is a pretty good company.
No, do you guys test?
Absolutely, we test.
What is that system you sell?
Wait, you independently test this. I mean, you can tell if water's hard and what is making it hard.
Yes.
But do you have a one-size-fits-all with the softening system?
No, it's not a one-size-fits-all. And Scott, there's a couple of different options as far as softening systems. There's a true softener, and then there's other products such as our Halo 5, which will give you the benefits of a water softening system without giving you that feeling you get on your skin where it's kind of slimy.
Tell me what that is. What is that Halo thing? What is it?
Well, basically what it's doing is changing the molecular structure of the water, and so it gives you
no chemicals.
No chemicals. It's self-contained.
Really?
And you got no maintenance for 10 years.
Is it like an ozone generator or something, or
no?
Does water pass through it?
It's a 5-stage filtration system.
Okay.
And there's reverse osmosis. There's a lot of different options, but we can certainly send an expert out, do a test for you.
Now, water softening used to be oversold. Right? It used to be oversold. But when does hard water really give you a problem?
Well, it's not just, I mean, I think water softening has multitude of benefits. First of all, your plumbing system, there's two things that cause the most problems, poor water quality and high water pressure. And so a big portion of plumbing problems that people run into can be reduced by either having a water softening system or a filtration system. And not to mention the health benefits, not just your skin, but
how much do these systems cost? Low to high?
Low to high, $3,000 to $10,000. Again, it depends on the area, the hardness of the water. There's a lot of different factors, but of course we'd go out there and we'd give you options. There's no obligation. You'd simply get some options.
You guys could. Sorry, so you guys could come out and actually test, because I've used Plumbline when I had the old house that we had. I've used, you guys were great. You had to come out and you did some sewer work and stuff, all that, and had a fantastic
they'll do the testing.
Yeah, we'll do the test for you, Scott. Now you
what
can't.
What does the test run?
Well, typically it's $249, but we'll go out. We'll do a free test because you're a Tom Martino listener. I can't offer that obviously to all listeners, but since you called in, I'll go ahead and do that. We'll waive the charge.
If you mention this, Scott, in Commerce City, he will do that free, that test.
Okay, yeah, because the house, I don't think I have water on, because the house is a brand new build. That's what my brother-in-law said, that whenever they first bought their house, I mean, it's like 3 blocks away from where I'm at. They said the water just destroyed the dishwasher. It was really hard on the washer and dryer.
It really can.
The appliance.
It really can. And as long as you're going, if you're having that much, if it's that hard, they'll tell you. There are different systems for different hardnesses, right? If you like you're going to recommend the minimum system for what he needs, right?
Well, yeah. No, we'll give you options, all sorts of options, from high to low, and just talk to you about the different options and what the advantages and
they actually have some water experts on that, Scott. So if you mention your name in Commerce City and that you talk to Bob Logan on the Martino Show, you'll get that free test. 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. You stick around. There's a lot going on, and I'm going to tell you a truly something you can do that will increase at least 30% air and heat efficiency without buying anything. Okay, you hear me talk about this safe, secure, conservative investment called Become the Banker. There is no BS. I get people who say, Tom, you asked me to shoot holes in it, here's the hole. Whole life insurance is not a good investment. They're absolutely right. This is not a regular whole life policy. It is not an investment policy. It is a mutual company. That means you own part of the company when you buy it, and all of the dividends are shared with people, and they do not invest in the stock market. There's a guaranteed return of 4%. And then a dividend of 1%. But here's what you need to know. The purpose is not to buy the life insurance. That's just an excuse to have a cash account that grows tax free. Find out more. Become the banker. Now, here's how you find out more. They have private webinars. They also have seminars. BecomeTheBanker.info. Okay, just go there. It'll tell you everything. BecomeTheBanker.info.
This is Denver's Talk Station, 630 KHOW.
Only for this. If you call in on the show and you have a need, I might do the same thing.
I think that's something I need done.
We're hitting you right here.
Isn't there anything newfangled with ultraviolet or what is that chemical? Not hydrogen, ozone that can soften or change water, or is that only for purification?
Oh, so reverse osmosis is for salt water.
Yeah, well, I'm talking about when you can use that other stuff. We had an ozone thing to clean water. It's unbelievable for purified water, but it doesn't filter and it doesn't.
Yeah, I'm not familiar with that.
Oh, it's China.
I've got kind of big ozone generators home.
Do you?
My
You see
son
what
might have
his
it here.
hotel room is going to cost?
He does estate stuff down in
Isn't that
Phoenix.
crazy?
They buy a lot of homes that people have died in, or animals have died in, and an ozone generator.
So the Quinta
overnight just takes
It's fancy, everything.
It kills everything.
To get breakfast with
But they're dangerous. You can't be in a room.
Now, granted, it's a continental.
CO2 to O3.
Yeah. I know there's well, kind of both sides of the fence there, because we have UV lights that kill viruses.
Well, that's the Canadian guy that started up
It wasn't just him.
One of them
Merkel
does
looking at him and stuff.
a little bit to help us house too. And so I don't know what
it's the levels.
the levels are.
Yeah.
How much money we
I've
give
got
Germany?
one. You sweat
Sounds
on
like you're-
They went over this.
It's 2 days. It's gone.
All the things that he's saying
Why
about
work?
the trade balance, whatever.
You've got to go. They're illegal.
Put in there,
They're actually illegal. And
is
so
all
what happens
the
if you go on
disproportional
eBay,
tariffs.
they'll sell you a kit.
That's,
The kit has all
that's what
stuff
keeps
mounted.
the trade
This is
balance
not
like
on
it
board.
is.
There's no box or
When
anything.
you've got tariffs, now
You
you're
can
not.
get them up to 4K.
What did you say, 25% in Europe?
Trump said it perfectly. Let's all get rid of every tariff.
But you can't have.
Right. Exactly.
Somebody had
That's what he
one
said.
engine on the back.
They said
Right.
the milk going into Canada
It
or
will
dairy
kill.
products,
The
150%.
big ones will kill. It's,
Imagine they want their farmers.
Kill mice.
That's all people do. They protect the
But
certain
we want
class.
ours.
If you go to.
That's what it all is.
You go to eBay, they're
Your dad would pull those flyers out, fucking
Oh,
pop that prime minister right in the
Pop
head.
them right there. We didn't have dairy though. Fuck with the wheat though. You fuck with the wheat.
So, room ozone, they put out small amounts for the ozone generator.
But that was his quote that he gave to G7. Let's just get rid of all the tariffs. Because I like that. I like that. And that's what people don't realize. Neither did I. The disproportionate of tariffs.
He brings his own toilets everywhere he goes.
There's some
Who does?
that thing looks like it
Kim
was.
Jong-un.
I thought he did.
Yeah.
I thought that you said before.
Here's why they put it. It keeps his stool out of others. It prevents details about his health status leaking to the public.
Because that's,
They can't do a DNA test.
I don't know of anyone who sifts through shit.
Sure there is.
Oh,
The FBI, CIA,
I
all
have
that.
to use a randomizer kit myself. I mean, how big is that? Just stage of
Rather than using any public restrooms, the leader of North Korea has a personal toilet that follows him around when he travels.
But wait a minute, it follows?
Yeah, it follows them. Plus it's got to have the filter.
Does he have little cardboard cutouts of groceries?
There's some number.
God, that was so funny.
I love that show. That movie.
Fake bowls of apples.
I just laughed my ass off at that movie. That movie just, everything about it was funny.
The fact they released it for free just to piss him off was the best.
Man, Sony's got balls on that one, don't they? Think about it.
Well, think of who Sony is.
Who are they?
The Japanese. They fucking can't stand those guys.
You don't like the Koreans?
That would be a 50
They're,
or whatever.
yeah, Koreans are always launching
Or
fucking
5G or 5G.
missiles over their island there.
They deserve it, what they did in World War II.
That's true. It's funny how soon we
They
forget.
work amazing. It's like Merkel and German smells. So anything, really.
By the way, Bob, do you need to hire anybody that knows everything? I know someone.
That knows everything?
Everything.
Done everything.
Like, what you mean as far as like...
Doesn't matter. How do you know what I'm talking about, Dan? I didn't mention any names.
I didn't say anything.
I'm gonna cut
I was thinking Mark.
Our Forrest Gump. It's our Forrest Gump. And we love
or the porno version.
You see that sun outside? It could be working for you. It's Cam Solar's forte. I am so happy to have a good solar contractor on board. We've been looking for one. Hey, listen, you know, you want to buy, you can buy it from them. They do not lease, they sell. But here's the great deal. No money out of pocket. No money out of pocket because of the Fed tax credits and utility company rebates. The best thing about Cam, the 20-minute evaluation. Meaning in 20 minutes, they'll evaluate your site for its efficiency and let you know the results. Just 20 minutes. You go to the website, fill it out, and there's no obligation. They're not going to hound you. They got 3,000 systems right now up and running. They give a 20-year performance guarantee in writing plus 20-year parts for all the parts. Cam Solar. So here's how you find it. Go Cam. It's C-A-M. GoCamSolar.com. That's the main site for this. GoCamSolar.com. And then put a slash and Troubleshooter to find out about the 20-minute evaluation. You don't have to stay on the line or on the web. You just go to there and fill out the stuff, okay? It's GoCamSolar.com/Troubleshooter. All right, so let's talk. Ron, do you have a question? What's going on, Ron? I'm Tom Martino.
Hey, Tom.
Hey.
Got a question for Plumline.
Yes, Plumline Service is in the house today. Go ahead, sir.
Great. I need that combination you got going, a new heater and air conditioner unit.
Yeah, they have half off the. Is it half off the AC?
Half off the air conditioner with the qualifying furnace purchase. Yes.
Which is the high efficiency
furnace.
Great. Yeah. So
That's
what about it though? Do you have any specific questions?
Yeah, Tom. I'm in Rocky Ford, and do they come this way, or do they know of someone? Or even if I just purchased the units from Plumline, do they know of an installer down in Rocky Ford?
Where's Rocky Ford?
It's down southeast corner.
Yeah, it's southeast, man.
Oh, it's way far away.
That's where I got my Doberman.
Man, we
50 miles southeast of Pueblo.
Okay, I'm going to tell you something, okay, Ron? This is not to throw stones at Plumline. I love the guys. But if you just want to buy the equipment, that's not the place to do it if you just want to buy equipment. Because that's not their forte. Go ahead.
I'd rather have them install it.
They won't go out that far, man.
No, they don't go out that far, but we can probably fix you up and help you out, especially if you have qualified techs and all that on buying stuff, or we can probably find someone that will go out there, but we'll have to take what's your name and number? What size is your house?
It's around 1,500 to 1,600 square feet.
Okay, it's very small. It shouldn't be much. You hang on a sec, okay? Suzanne, get his information, and we'll get back to Ron on that. Man, I'll tell you what, these outlying areas, of course, it's just the way it is. In rural Colorado's difficult.
If we knew someone with a helicopter, they could probably drive it out there or fly it out there.
Yeah, and unfortunately, we can't actually sell product because of the licensing requirements. We can't sell a furnace if we wanted to.
Oh, okay. Well, that's good to know. Mike, what's going on with your workers' comp?
Well, I got hurt last year in February and got I'm down in Colorado Springs. I couldn't get an attorney to represent me.
Wait a minute, Mike, what do you mean you can't get an attorney to represent you? That's ridiculous. What does that mean?
I don't know. I called one that said it was that easy, and I was on hold after I told her my situation.
Maybe they don't think... Hold on, do you actually have a case number?
I have an attorney in Denver. I got an attorney in Denver last year.
Okay, but so you actually filed a case, and you have an attorney. Just very quickly, how did you get injured?
I was unloading, I used an electric pallet jack, unloading 3,000-pound pallets of rice, and the safety on the electric pallet jack wasn't working, so it ran my foot over.
Okay, and so did you tell your supervisor immediately?
I did. I called him at 11:30 and in the morning when I got hurt.
But no one's disputing the reporting and all of that, right?
No, I called him at 11:30. I said, I need to go to the hospital.
Sure.
Boss, I'm hurt.
Yeah.
He said, well, you still got 2 pickups to do.
Come on.
I ended up working from 11:30 to 6 with a broken ankle and heel.
That's crazy. But anyway, let's get to today. What's going on? What attorney did you get?
I got this law firm in Denver called the Mintz Law Firm.
It's called the what law firm?
Mintz.
M-I-N-T-Z?
Yeah, correct.
I've heard
and so I got released and went back to work.
Wait, so hold on. When you say you got released, there's a whole bunch to that. Was it maximum medical improvement or was it something else?
No, I got my MMI, and then I went back to work, and then I got injured again. I drive semis, and this guy broadsided me, and I broke my right wrist, so I got back on workman's comp again. And so since I had that law firm, I kept using them. And
what did you get a settlement for the first one?
No.
What did you get for the first one? Just medical?
So far, all I got is medical treatment for both injuries.
That's good. And the second time, you're still using Mintz.
Yeah.
So what is the call about, sir? How can we help you?
Well, my attorney quit the law firm.
Yeah.
And said that there would be an attorney contacting me.
Yes.
And so he quit May the 18th. And I waited about a week because I had signed some papers and had them notarized and sent them to the law firm.
All right, so what, I mean, so that's not uncommon for an attorney to leave, and it's only been a week, right?
Yeah. No, it's been since he quit May the 18th.
Okay, so what do you want right now? How can we help you?
Well, they're not, I just found out this morning who my attorney is that they replaced me with, and he's not in. I call down there. They just don't return my calls.
You know what? Lack of communication is the #1 complaint we get about attorneys. If we get any, it's lack of communication. You know, I don't blame you for wanting to be communicated with. What we can do is make a phone call. Many times when we make a phone call, that's all it takes. We make a phone call, and you'd be surprised. People start paying attention. I'm not saying that you know, they quake in fear, but they certainly pay attention. So here's the deal. We will make a phone call for you and just say, hey, this guy's concerned about his case. Because they're not going to talk to us unless we go through all the written permissions. We're not going to bother with that. We'll just say, look, your attorney quit. Can you take, you know, or maybe you can release him to someone else. Speaking of calls, Clint, we just had you call on that one. Which one did we have you call on? Just a little while.
It was on the furnace. And
yeah. Good Neighbor Home Services. Basically, what happened? He paid the full amount and got nothing.
Their installer told him...
Or he got something.
Yeah, their installer told him he was out there Sunday and finished it, but he did not. So...
What?
Yeah, just...
So are they going to get back on it?
Yeah, they're getting... He's supposed to call him. They're going to get another person out there.
Okay, so Mark, apparently their people said they finished it. That's weird. That is very weird. 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. But Good Neighbor has never been on our referral list. We checked. So listen, you know, there's nothing wrong with trying to get a deal here or there, but you got to really go with someone that has a track record when it comes to this kind of important stuff. 303-713-TALK. Alan, what's going on in your life, Alan?
Listen, Martin, I want to thank you for your service.
Thank you, sir, for listening. What can we do for you?
I'm about plumb line. I need the furnace in Castle Rock. They do work
in Castle Rock, sir?
Yes, we do work in Castle Rock.
And is this for a rental? Are you there, Alan? Here, let's try to reestablish contact with him. His phone was cutting in and out. Alan, if you're listening, Plumline does go to Castle Rock, and he has a tenant problem. Maybe he had two separate questions. So hang on, Alan, all right? 303-713-TALK. Looking for floors and want to save money? Simply Floors, Inc. will simply be the simple choice for saving money. Simply Floors, Inc. Think about that for simplicity, meaning you can just go to that website, Simply Floors, Inc., and make an appointment. They'll show up. If you decide to use them, truly, they will give you a designer, not just someone who's going to sell you a floor. They're truly design services to help you integrate the flooring if you want to do more than one floor. And they have all the popular floor coverings, the carpeting, the new waterproof carpeting. They have hardwoods and tile, and they have it all at rock bottom discount pricing because he simply makes less profit. He has the same buying power being in a buying group as these big guys, but he has less overhead, less profit. He has a warehouse at 52nd and Ward you can drop by, or go online and make an appointment. SimplyFloorsInc.com. It's not uncommon to save up to 40% over even the big boxes. SimplyFloorsInc.com.
This report.
Commerce City, you got a crash on eastbound C470 there, approaching Quebec. This guy's going to get backed up quite a bit on that stretch. Backed up to about Broadway. So pack your patience there. No delays.
I just can't believe the guy just said what was done. How do people run businesses like this?
I guarantee it's an independent contractor.
The weather forecast. Well, it could be sunny, not quite as
Probably not an employee.
Nice though, high near 85 tonight. Clear in the overnight hours with the low around 56. Right now, fair skies in the Mile High City and 65. With your traffic and weather, I'm Keith Wagner, 630 K-How.
LifeLock Identity Theft Protection has added Norton Security to help protect you against cyber criminals. Protection for your identity and devices. Go to LifeLock.
Did you know that Elon Musk sold these things? These flamethrowers?
Elon Musk?
Elon.
Does he really?
Yeah. For $500 a pop.
It's pretty badass.
What would you use it for?
It's pretty badass. Fuck.
I think he's doing this just to raise some cash.
Who?
Elon Musk. I think.
What is he selling?
Flamethrowers.
They're pretty badass, man.
I don't think they're badass. I mean, that's all the farther that goes out.
Dude, they're for barbecuing it.
You burn
Mark,
a little.
do we start approval yet?
No, not yet.
Is she definitely going to do it though, right?
Yeah, that contract's done, everything's done. She doesn't start till the first though. Throw Lent a bone for me. If
Why?
Because I'm trying to figure that out. I'm sorry. Why wouldn't you want a flamethrower?
I'll do it on the right day.
I'll tell you what. If I was to sell short a company, it'd be Tesla.
Tesla. Well, the Chinese are going to kill them. The Chinese they will make a better, faster, cheaper car than that Tesla. There's absolutely no doubt about it.
You don't mean Chinese, you mean Japanese.
No, China.
China doesn't make cars.
Yeah, of course they do.
Absolutely. Not good cars.
No, we tariff them so high they're not here, or else you'd be driving one, I assure you. They make all kinds of good shit, man. We just can't afford to fucking bring it in.
They don't make great cars. I've never heard of great cars.
Just like their tractor they made.
I'd stay away from those fucking Chinese tractors. I guarantee Martino's run into Chinese tractor issues.
I bought one!
No, we've all
got
been up to the fucking Chinese tractors. So you're telling me I can get the same thing as a John Deere for $3,000? The John Deere's $23,000.
Oh, it's terrible.
The R Deere, the C Deere, the C Deere is $3,000. Just got to help you if you ever need a part. Hey, the starter went out. We got to buy a new one.
That's the most common. See, John's the most common name. It's Chin Deer. It's the most common name in China. Chin.
Every time I think of Chinese language, I still think of that. Something wrong. The pilot, something wrong.
You fly too low. We fly too low.
Big bang boom.
This thing's good.
Oh, shit. That guy reading those off, he should not have a job. If anybody ever deserved to get fired, it's the guy that read that off the teleprompter with a fucking completely straight face. Well, Captain, something wrong.
Yeah, but he thought it was real.
The guy reading it should what?
I don't know.
The guy reading it should have been fucking canned.
I don't know.
Yeah, but think about that. He's live. And it's
something wrong.
I know, but you're on a teleprompter right away, and you're going.
Are you saying you would have read it?
No, I would have went. what's going on? I mean, yeah.
Something wrong. Something wrong.
But it's weird. What? He didn't really, I don't know. You're right.
Have you seen that, Bob? That is funny. That really is funny, boy.
They should have canned that fucking guy.
I don't know.
I wonder if they did. He might be gone.
I'll bet you afterwards he started looking at it. Wow, this can't be shown, right? Something wrong here.
Something wrong. Holy shit.
That'll be funny in 20 years.
It'll never not be funny. It's like they should.
Hi, Tom Martino, your troubleshooter. ArtofGranite.net. Get a price on the phone, Art of Granite. Get a price on the phone right now, Art of Granite. It's that easy. You can call them, or you can go online, get the phone number, and go online and see all about them. But here's the deal. They do this so much. Mitch Floria just has it down. So he knows what a stone costs because he's a direct stone importer, and he only charges wholesale for the stone. So whether you buy from him or somewhere else, even his wholesale is even cheaper because he's a direct importer. But if you buy it anywhere else, he doesn't care. Wholesale only. Then he tears out and hauls away free. He does the bathroom free when you do the kitchen. You only pay for the fabrication and installation. So you can get your price on the phone, and he loves to compete. 303-386-5919. 303-386-5919. If you didn't get that, just go to Art of Granite, artofgranite.net, get the phone number, get your price on the phone, and get a great job. I should mention that, right? All right, 303-713-8255.
Hey, quick clarification.
Yes, sir.
In the thoroughbred racing world, the horse has to do a live mount. You can't do artificial insemination.
Okay. Yeah, I was talking about breeding in general, because not everyone requires that as far as like, show horses and stuff. But I didn't know that. So you have to have a live mount.
According to Chris.
I wonder why that. I wonder why.
I don't know why. Why?
I have no idea why.
I wonder why not clone? If we can clone Dolly the sheep, why not clone
Mark,
the thoroughbred?
There's a guy in South America who built a reputation on cloning horses. He, of course, enlisted these scientists, and he has polo ponies. He loved this one polo pony so much, he had it cloned. But it was his polo pony at another barn, a competitor. Well, it wasn't a competitor at the time, but he wanted his own operation, so he stole some DNA. Now, I don't know what form, but he stole some DNA, started his own polo operation, cloned the horses, and they did a story about it on CBS.
The entire team is the one horse, right?
Exactly. They're all the same. But he said, oddly enough, they have different personalities, but they're all physically identical. Is that something? Wow. Yeah.
It makes you wonder. There's got to be somebody in some country cloning humans. It's got to be happening. It seems impossible. How could you clone a horse but not a human? I mean, I'm not a scientist, but
more plumbing problems with Peggy. Peggy's on the line. Plumbline Services, by the way, our experts in-house to answer some questions. We're not limiting it to plumbing. Of course, we have had a few already that had problems. What's the problem, Peggy? What's going on, dear?
Well, May 7th, I had Liberty Plumbing Pros come out. I'd used them before. They were good.
Okay.
They sent out, the owner sent out his son, David, and I had an outside faucet replaced, and he had to cut into the drywall in the basement.
This was before? Are you talking about before what they did or now?
Well, I can't get him to call me back. The drywall hole in the drywall was cut out about a 18-inch by 12-inch.
When was that done, Peggy? That's what I'm trying to find out. When was
May 7th.
Okay, that's when that was done. And you said you had previous work done, but it's unrelated.
Unrelated, yeah.
Okay,
but
gotcha.
They had done a good job before.
Okay.
I couldn't, the fella, David, the son of the owner, was supposed to come back the next day, took the drywall piece to match the paint. I said, I never heard from him.
Yeah.
I called him. He called me back. I called him back.
Yeah.
I tried to schedule time. I got a message from Brenda, who I think is the owner's wife, saying they were in Florida and they'd get back to me June 1st. but I can't get anybody to even answer the call. I just would like to get that piece of drywall back. My son will finish it. And the other thing, and maybe your plumber knows, the outside faucet is not attached to the brick. It was loose, and I didn't realize that until I went to hook up a hose.
Usually what happens is it goes through the brick, and then on the inside there's some clamps, and then on the outside there's just a flange, they call it, that is, and in brick it's very difficult. Many times they'll do it a strong epoxy, or they will do simply a masonry screw, but it's very hard for those to stick to brick. I've even seen them put wood up, a faceplate of wood or something.
Yeah, as far as the functionality of the faucet, Peggy, it's not going to affect the functionality of it, but I would have somebody go out there and seal it and get it to where it's not, because if you're pulling it back and forth, you could cause some damage there.
Yeah, it moves back and side to side, and
that's not a major deal as far as functionality.
No.
Now, is it really bad? Does it shake? Is it really?
No.
Yeah.
No, and you know, if it doesn't cause damage, I just wanted to get that piece of drywall back because my son would need it to try to match the paint color. And I've left messages. I've asked.
Isn't that terrible? You know what? If you want us to make a quick call, listen, we'll do that for you, okay? You shouldn't have to worry about that. I'm Tom Martino. A lot more coming up on the Troubleshooter Show. Do you get it? All we do is help. And I shouldn't say all we do. We're proud of what we do. Stick around for more of it.
Hello, Kurt.
Could you light a fire under that one? Sure. We'll light a fire under that one. You
know what? Why can't they make that plant bigger?
Well, like this is in bricks.
I know, but because they make it so narrow, there's almost nothing for those screws to bite into where there's brick or anything. They just, nobody makes a wide plants. I know exactly what she's talking about.
No, but then you just that.
That's what I've done in my house, yeah.
And then clean it up.
All of my house are loose.
Then now you got it insulated.
Yeah, which is important on those properties.
When you come in, she'll make you feel like family. Many say she would make friends with a blade of grass.
Yeah. Should that woman not be fired in her entire?
You have 4 clues there.
The holy fuck?
Yeah, but
she did pronounce it fook, so maybe she didn't quite get it.
So let's say she's reading that, and all of a sudden she says, "Oh, these are."
Was it spelled F-U-C-K?
F-U-K.
Oh, Bob, I'm doing show highlights. So on the
really?
No.
Okay.
On
well, the reason actually I'd hire her just to read my own.
The reason I say that is she did say, "Hey, this is wrong."
Is that the lower price system, or is that an expensive system?
Well, the whole house systems are going to be expensive. They're going to be around $5,000 on average. 5 to 7 grand.
Water does it always shoots out like this far?
The whole house. Is it necessary?
Well, yeah, water softening typically is.
No, he added this.
Yeah, of course.
So now on the filtration side, you can do a point of use. And, you know, if you just want to like in your kitchen sink, you can do that.
It's like a big squirt gun.
But most people have the misconception that drinking is what gives you the most contaminants. It's not showering and bathing. You're in a 10-minute shower, you're going to absorb 8 times.
Is there a hardness?
Yes, it doesn't look like a gun.
Want to treat?
And it's hooked up to a propane. You know.
Anything over 25 grains is pretty hard.
What is
That's pretty cool, man.
For $500?
It's cheap.
That's cheap.
I don't
well,
know.
for a flamethrower.
They were selling hats for $20.
I'll just look it up. Water.
How do you know that's EUR?
Because
hardness scale.
I just read it.
Okay. It is.
Right there. Customers get their own glass, so it's not a flamethrower.
So
grains per gallon.
What is not a flamethrower?
It's very hard anything.
1 to 10. It goes 1 to 10.
Well, it goes higher than that. I mean, like in Parker,
So they're doing this
there's areas that are 20, 25
even
Highland
their
Ranch.
stock is up $9.
What, anything
Commerce
above
City.
10?
Yeah, anything above 10, they're saying you got very hard water. So.
Sure, this company versus Foot Locker.
Which is basically everything in Colorado.
Yeah, but
they're already torching things they shouldn't be.
Oh, cool. Wait till they take that into a school shooting and burn more people.
Grains per gallon. What is it? Grains of what? Grains of minerals?
Or they torch marshmallows.
So it's usually calcium and magnesium is what they're measuring.
Did you see Bitcoin drop 10% because they had a hack in South Korea?
Right. Time to pounce.
So
he owns a boring company?
Apparently. And they sold the hats for $20 a pop, a million of them.
What hats, though? Oh, here it is, the boring company. Flamethrower. What the hell is that thing?
Fahrenheit 451. I want a flamethrower like that.
Because there was one Fahrenheit in the show, Fahrenheit?
In the movie, yeah.
There really was?
Look at that thing, man.
It's a big sport gun.
20,000 sold. Laugh all you want.
I totally agree. I understand it. I think the company needs cash. They're doing whatever they can.
I don't think this has anything to do with Musk, though.
Absolutely it does.
Fire extinguisher sold separately. Look, they're all out there. It's like, what do you call it? Paintball. They burn each other.
It's
the real deal.
Get a little welt? That's for sissies. Come back with a charred arm.
It's pretty badass.
It would be badass if it shot 40 feet away.
50,000 hats sold. Here, who owns the boring company?
So how much do I need to pay this guy that knows it all?
Just ask him. He stood next to you. I picked up a boring company's not a flamethrower. It's mine now. Yeah, I guess you're right. Elon Musk's boring company. It is kind of amazing, though, that he just thought, hey, let's sell flamethrowers. And he sold 50,000 of them, or 20,000 of them.
Or was that the hats?
50,000 hats. You got to give it to a man that can sell a fucking cheap hat for $25.
What are you talking about?
Elon Musk is selling flamethrowers.
But why? Did this just happen,
They
or
need
what?
money.
They just released. They sold
Like,
20,000.
is this like a brand new commercial endeavor? Flamethrowers, or why was it in the news?
I don't know.
I got time to hit the restroom, right?
Yeah, of course.
Look at this thing. Look at this up on my screen.
The workers' comp thing was
Badass looking.
But what is it? Military or fun or what?
$500. I can get you one tomorrow.
I want to get one, but why? What would you use? Okay, listen.
That's exactly. I don't know
What was this about the workers' comp one again? What was he pissed about? That the guy. Oh, okay.
The attorney wasn't calling back. Number one complaint on attorneys. I don't know, Dan. The only thing would be better than that is if the only way you could purchase it is with Bitcoin.
Or if it shoots off Bill.
I wonder if that's can you add like a little Coleman fucking, that's how they should have made them, where those little camping ones can hook right up to it.
That is kind of like a Coleman, isn't it?
It looks like it.
Tino, the Troubleshooter.
Help me if you can, I'm feeling down, and I do appreciate you being
Hi, Tom Martino, your Troubleshooter this hour, brought to you by Buy and Build. If you're looking to save money, buy and build. Oh, man, I'll tell you, they do great work. Buy and Build. 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. Now, Buy and Build is at 4800 Washington Street. It is a big, beautiful warehouse filled with deals out the nose. Well, I don't know if they come out the nose. No, seriously. Light fixtures, plumbing fixtures, they're just incredible. And buyandbuild.net will get you to the website, but it doesn't do it justice. Contractors go there, consumers go there for do-it-yourselfers, floor coverings, countertops, cabinets, As I said, plumbing fixtures, electrical fixtures, buyandbuild.net, 4800 Washington Street. Okay, we have one person on the line, then we have lines open for the first time this morning. Plumb Line Services in the house, a guest for home services, but we'll talk about anything you want. Gwen, what is your concern, dear? How do we help you, Gwen?
Hey, Tom.
Hey.
That guy, how are you?
Good. What's going on with you?
There was a guy that called about the HVAC in Rocky Ford.
Yeah, he said he needed someone out there.
Kelly's Heating and AC.
Now, how do you know Kelly's?
I'm a third generation that lived down there, and Kelly and...
Been around a long time? They've been around?
Been around a long time, and great reputation, and he'll help you out in any way he can.
You know, that's good to know. You know, we need to do a better job with the referral list on outlying areas. That would be a good thing for people. You know, because, you know, we concentrate on the, you know, Colorado Springs and the Denver metro area, of course, and all the surrounding areas. But I think two areas we fall short are the mountain communities, for sure, and the outlying rural areas. Now, the mountain communities really suffer with home services. My goodness gracious, do they suffer. If you're in Vail, if you're in, like, Dillon, if you're somewhere, you need someone. You know, you're at the mercy of these local guys, and you don't know who's who. We have had so many rip-offs over the years from the mountain communities, more so than out in the eastern plains or that kind of thing. So it's just there should be some kind of an association. Bob, there's no real... Are there really good associations that guarantee quality of membership? I don't know of any. I really don't.
We do belong to
Bob
an
Logan, by the way, is
called,
with Plumb Line Services. Yeah.
Called Nexstar Network.
Yeah, but that's more of a marketing thing, isn't it?
It's not. I mean, just to be part of the Nexstar Network, we have to sign a code of ethics on what our business practices are. Yes. So
do they really care about it? I mean,
absolutely.
But they don't police it, do they?
Well, policing is a hard thing because every company that's a member is independently owned and operated. So we're not part of a franchise or anything like that, and
it's just it's a marketing / business practices group.
We share best practices, and so again, how you treat clients, your warranties, the products that you sell, everything. So we are.
But there's no you don't go somewhere and find a list of Nexstar people, do you? I mean, it's not like, what I'm saying is like, you know how like remodelers have an association in the building? I'm not saying that these associations are necessarily a seal of approval. But I do know that, for example, the home inspectors have a pretty good association, although the problem with some of these groups, anybody can be a member. But I believe that there are some more strict than others. But professional associations is one thing.
There's the plumbing, heating, cooling contractors of Colorado, and of course they're a nationwide organization.
Yeah, but anybody can be that, right?
That's again, the policing is the problem.
Yeah.
We share best practices, but whether they take that
exactly. That's why we did the referral list, and of course, I think, Mark, we have to step up our efforts when it comes to the outlying areas. Right?
I've already got Deputy Daff calling them right now.
Now, here's the deal: we virtually can keep these people busy all the time. If you look, we have the brand new referral list. It's lightning fast, beautiful. Have you looked at it, Bob? It's really nice.
I was just about to do that after we got off the air.
In fact, put it through the ringer. Test some of your stuff like water filtration or heating or water, anything like that. See, we're trying to shoot holes in it so we can improve it, of course. So right now, open lines 303-713-TALK. 713-8255. If someone lied to you, cheated you, ripped you off, or you just need help. Now, one of the things I like talking about advances, but I like advances that are truly advances, not just another way of doing things. When it comes to water heaters are water heaters as far as this. You have a burner and you have water, and the burner heats the tank, which heats the water. The only advances there, and I say only, but they're pretty major, is the recovery system. And I don't know what they do, but they play with, I don't know, they blend it somehow where while you're using it, it's remixing and heating while you're using it, and it's a quicker recovery. Is that what the new advance is really with water heating?
That is one where they work off a recirc, and they're a high recovery system.
Yeah. So if you have a big enough tank, while you're using it, you could literally replenish it to a point where a 50-gallon tank could, in effect, give you 200 gallons continuous.
Right, exactly. We have a 55-gallon, for example, that'll give you 270 gallons
now that's
of hot water in the first.
That's
hour.
amazing.
I think that's the one you have in your home,
yeah.
Tom.
No, but that is amazing because while it is using it, because you use it at a certain rate, it's replenishing it, and it's effectively 270 gallons. But I'm not sure if they have that kind of thing in, for example, with furnaces. Like, you have constant speed, not constant speed, variable speed furnaces, which instead of just calling for air and blasting and then turning off and then blasting and then turning off, it has different stages. And I'm not completely clear, but what does it do? Once it gets to temperature, what does it do? Just kind of idle and keep it there?
It kind of oscillates back and forth. And so I guess the best analogy would be similar to the gas pedal on your automobile. Imagine driving your car, and every time you hit go, you slam that thing to the floor, and then you take it off and hit your brakes.
When you get to your speed, you take it off.
Right, exactly. And so, so the modulating units will oscillate back and forth, only using the energy that they need. Where the older furnaces, it's either on 100% or it's off 100%.
Okay, so in that regard, you kind of get only the amount of energy you need to use, and it's always easier to keep it at a certain temp than to bring it up to a certain temp. And okay, so when people leave, and this is a controversy too, when people leave their home, the air conditioning's on. Now, they don't want to keep it, let's say, 68 or 70 while they're at work. So some people put it up to 80, okay? So it'll warm up to 80, it'll keep it at 80. They get home, and then they put it back down to 70. I know there's a certain amount of savings for a certain temperature spread, and then there's a certain temperature spread that becomes no savings. I mean, it costs more because you're heating it, you're cooling everything down.
Right.
And somebody even went on to say, even your furniture, your carpets, your floor coverings have to be cooled down because they radiate. Do you know what that spread is? Because I know not everyone agrees with it.
No, and I
can we find out from different opinions?
I think it's all opinion. That's all it is.
It really is,
and
isn't it?
It all depends on your home. It all depends on the system that you have. Some systems can satisfy faster than others. And the worst thing you can do is turn your system off when you leave the house, because then not only is your home heating up, your attic is heating up.
Right.
And once it gets to certain temperatures, it's going to take a lot of energy to try to get that house to cool
now,
back down.
I really believe in attic ventilation. I mean, it's not only good for your home, it's good for your entire roofing system. Jay Bretz is a big believer in that. He says you can ruin a roof from overheating it from underneath. It also radiates down into your home. So you need to keep air going through your attic, and it helps keep your home cooler or warmer depending on what you want. Now, Christine, you have two issues, and I will start them now and complete them after the break because I want to make sure I give you a lot of time. And we talked about let's see. Oh, no, we didn't talk to you before. Two issues on Liberty Mutual Insurance. What's the problem?
Hi. Thanks for taking my call.
Yes.
I have two issues. The first is a claim. My car was in a hit and run parked outside my house.
Mm-hmm.
And the estimate that we got was $4,000. We received a check today for $3,100, and I'm assuming that it's a settlement.
Well, hold on. Who did an adjuster come and give you the price on your damage?
No, we took it to the place around the corner.
Okay, and they said you had $4,000 in damage from this hit and run.
Yes.
Okay, hold on a sec. We're going to talk about assessing that claim, and I did not forget the tip to save you, and I'm not saying saving money, but it'll increase the efficiency of your air or of your heat by, I say, a minimum of 30%, depending on your system. Now, you may not need this adjustment, but if you make it, it will almost improve all systems because it is one thing often overlooked.
This report is brought to you by LifeLock.
Troubles in the tech center on the drive. Southbound I-25 at Arapahoe. Crash there has 3 of the left lanes blocked. Solid backups to 225. A wreck involving a semi and a couple of cars, so watch out for delays there. Speeds are improving on eastbound C470 approaching University. Looks like an earlier crash is being cleared. Still residual delays.
But if he's even leaving for a few minutes, he should.
And then he got to her because she left a half hour early.
They'll turn it off.
They'll turn it completely off. Get hotter.
I think that would be so fun with the app one for like. Is she funny?
I've never listened to her. I've seen her like on Saturday Night Live or some shit. Lisa Lampanelli. I've heard her.
Okay, guys, I have the stupidest story ever.
I doubt it.
Yeah, stupidest story ever.
I take that story and I.
Okay. I fell asleep watching a stupid, scary movie called Croc. Crocodile.
Oh,
Every once in a while, I get sharp stabs in my butt from my back thing. I fall asleep. I'm having a nightmare, I guess, and I dream that the damn crocodile bit me in the ass.
That's pretty good.
I kicked the coffee table so hard I broke all my toes.
Oh my God.
Then I wake up screaming.
Which foot? The fucked up foot anyway?
On my other foot.
Oh, now your other foot's bad.
You're telling me your toes are broke right now.
Holy shit. You're crazy, man.
Then I wake up in a nightmare thinking the crocodile bit my right foot off. I'm jumping around holding. My wife comes upstairs wondering what the hell I had done. That's the stupidest story. Ripped my toenail off.
Now, this one guy told me that they used to build control towers with no stairs in them.
No elevators.
No elevator, I'm sorry.
I don't ever have dreams. I have this stupid nightmare and I kick the coffee table.
You really kicked the coffee. So
Look at his fucking toes. He's got a picture of it. It's pretty fucked up.
Well, I mean, I imagine his feet aren't pretty anyway. You must have kicked it really hard. I guess so.
Did you hit the crocodile?
I think I did. I think it bit me on the foot is what happened. But God, it was, I woke up, just in my mind, thinking that this damn crocodile had hold of my foot.
I might jerk, but I've never done anything.
I've never done anything like that either, obviously. It'd be a lot better story if it wasn't so stupid.
She asked if frost the problem on the outside AC hose.
I saw that.
Frost.
It could be over.
First of all,
it
she's
could
got
be
way more of a
oversized.
problem than that. She's got her grommet came out. It's like she's got a number of problems here. That she better fix that or it's going to break.
Without that foam insulation, yeah, they can frost it.
When's that lady's last day? What's she supposed
Bob,
to
the
be?
other one's hot enough to burn you, isn't it? The one coming back, or the one. One side of the AC is cold, both sides hot.
I thought it was the end of the month of the 23rd or something like that.
Time just said the other month.
With more than 3,000 solar projects looking to boost.
Suzanne said, has someone touched base with the reading old lady or helping? I said, we dumped her. We think she's faking it. I haven't heard anything back. This is everybody.
She asked me the same question. I said, we're going out.
Oh, damn it. Damn it. Oh, we're going out to see that Doreen after.
Yeah.
Was that today? Where she live?
Mississippi and 225.
Oh,
No. Did you buy anything when you went to buy and build this last time?
Yeah, I bought another cabinet.
This is so damn far up there, and after here.
Pain in the ass.
Well, after here, it's the traffic.
What are you talking
Mineville.
And you got to get there before 2
Is it that
o'clock.
bad? I don't find it that bad.
In traffic, just going downtown.
Traffic,
It sucks.
yeah. I don't mind the place when you get there and stuff, but then you got to come back.
What is it? Suzuki, Honda, who's a Kawasaki?
There's 3 businesses right in a row: Dental Steel, Vineville, and then Denver Metal. Take scrap metal.
Oh, it takes scrap metal.
Denver Metal, yeah, just next door north of there. 3 places in a row I use a lot.
Rocky's Autos, 63rd and Federal. Rocky's, if you're looking for a used car, SUV, truck, van, Rocky's. You know what they have a lot of for some reason? Hummers. That's pretty cool. I love Hummers. I really do. Anyway, Rocky's, I do.
I'm sure you do.
No. I like the small ones. I like the big ones. But I like the small ones better. What do you guys are so nasty. Anyway, Rockies has 40 lenders to choose from, lots of Hummers, best pricing, better trade-in values because they sell most of the trades right there with no pressure. The new summer hours, Monday through Saturday, 9 to 7. Monday through Saturday, 9 to 7. 303-426-4646. You know, the prices are clearly marked on the cars. And then, you know, they give you good trades. And then you finance the balance. There's no funny money. I just like the simple way they do business. Square dealing. 303-426-4646, 63rd and Federal. Okay. What's on your mind, Christine? Let's talk. You say you have some issues. A hit and run, $4,000. It was you got an estimate, and you get a check in the mail for $3,100. Do you have a deductible?
That is the deductible. We figured that part out.
What is the deductible?
$1,000.
Okay, so if the damage was assessed at $4,000 and you have $1,000 deductible, you would have gotten a check for $3,000.
It must have been 41 and changed the same amount.
Right, and then you subtract the deductible and you get 31.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, but in that estimate doesn't include the problems that will be found once he takes.
No, those are auxiliary claims, but those are what's called. Christine, I'll answer it. Those are auxiliary claims, and you do not waive your right to those claims when you cash that check.
Okay.
Your insurance company, now, the other insurance company could play games like that with you if you ever had an insurance company paying you. But your own insurance company, when you take the money under these circumstances and they find more damage, they're not going to say, sorry, we already got you.
Right. Okay.
Do you think there might be hidden damage?
Oh, absolutely. There's transmission. The car moves when you put it in park. And my husband said the door's not working, and there was another issue that he was concerned with.
Well, hold on. Then why didn't they do that in the initial estimate?
The guy said he doesn't do that until after he gets started fixing it.
All right. Well, do you trust the shop that you go to?
It was a Liberty Mutual approved shop.
Okay,
and it's close by.
Then that's even better. I don't mean the shop is better, but Liberty Mutual, if they picked him out, if it's a preferred shop, then they will believe the auxiliary claims. They will believe it.
Okay.
That's why they have approved shops. Now, you know, there's a debate on whether approved shops are worth it. The only time I don't like approved shops is when the companies who are approved, when they will approve aftermarket parts that are no good, and they do it because they're ordered to do it in order to stay on the preferred list. That's the only time, is when it comes to replacement parts. I would always demand OEM replacement parts for value and for warranty. But anyway, what's your second issue? You said you had 2 issues.
Yeah, well, I found out on Friday, and it makes sense now. It's funny how things make sense after the fact. I got a quote from Liberty Mutual for the exact insurance that I have, and it was
cheaper.
$1,400 difference.
Cheaper?
Between what I am paying. Yes.
You know what? We talk about this all the time, right, Mark, when we do our insurance checkups. It's because they incentivize people to get their insurance. And so they give better deals to new people, and they actually do not reward loyalty. Now, Christine, in general, how long have you had your insurance?
25 years.
Okay, I can almost bet you're paying too much. You should never, ever, ever go more than 3 years without doing what I call an insurance checkup. You know, you would think after 25 years of being a loyal customer, you'd have the best rates. Just the opposite. Yeah. Just the opposite. When you hang on to insurance, they slowly decrease coverage or raise rates or both. And you'll be shocked if you go to Compass Insurance Group and you have them do a free insurance checkup. It's free. It's no obligation. And what they do is take your house, your cars, put it all together and say, okay, here's what you're paying, and then they compare it. In rare circumstances, they do not save money, and they'll just tell you up front, stay where you are. It's a good job. But if I were you, Christine, I would absolutely do an insurance checkup. It's very, very important. 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. Bob, do you agree with insurance checkups? I mean, have you ever done that personally, Bob Logan with Plumline Services?
You know, you had mentioned that last time I was on the show, and I need to do it myself because I've been with my company for over 15 years now.
Oh, God, what company?
Allied.
Not a bad company, but not 15 years ever, Bob. You just don't do it. Now, we had a picture. We have a picture sent here from an AC line that has white. I mean, it's literally caked on frost on the outside. Is that normal to have frost on a line?
No, not. I mean, if it's probably going to be freezing up here pretty quick. It's normal to have some frost on there, but
no, I mean not from the weather. It's frost from the system.
Right.
It's creating a cold line, which the moisture in the air is condensating and freezing. Right.
Yeah, that line should be wrapped.
It is wrapped, except for that one corner. Does that frost do any harm?
It won't do any harm, but it might be a sign that his system could be freezing up. I haven't seen the picture, obviously.
What causes an air conditioner to freeze up? We hear that expression.
First and foremost, number one thing is a dirty filter in your furnace.
So if you don't have enough air flowing, how does that cause a freeze up?
Well, Tom, you're getting into technical stuff
now. I mean,
but a negative, the negative air pressure that it's causing, and it's like. The system's just got to have air to breathe, and
it's not it's not moving enough air, therefore backing up the system. The system has cold refrigerant. It's not being dissipated into the air, therefore it starts freezing up the lines. Because normally the normal process would be to have free flowing air over those coils, which bring the cool air into the house. But if you don't have enough air going over those coils, then that coldness, for lack of a better word, it accumulates. It gets colder.
Correct. And there could be other things. It could be clogged coils. It could be low on refrigerant, which, again, these are closed-loop systems. So if you're low on refrigerant, you've got a leak someplace. People think that they can add refrigerant every year, and that's not the case. They need to get it repaired if they're adding refrigerant.
Yeah, that's not a normal state, not at all. 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. Oh, she's still on with line 3. Okay, so while we're on emails, this is what somebody wants to know, and I think it's a good question. Do water heaters wear out? I mean, if they don't break, how do you know when you should replace a water heater? It's not like, I mean, obviously if you don't get hot water, but other than that, what do you do? Just wait? What's the longest you've ever had a water heater? Clint or Mark or Dan? What's the longest, guys?
God, I've never owned a house that long.
Yeah, so I don't know. I mean,
10 years?
15 years? So, Dan, I mean...
10 or 12 years is the lifespan of a water heater in most cases. Now, there are things that you can do to lengthen that by flushing them every year, but that sediment buildup is going to be one of the biggest things. Because, again, your water is not pure that's going through those water heaters.
It's going to be very difficult for people to just change something out when it's still working, but let's say it's 15 years old. Yet, it's not going to end pretty. It's either going to break or you won't have hot water. But usually it ends with a tank leaking or breaking.
Hopefully you get some kind of an indicator, like you're starting to lose hot water, the showers are getting colder, things like that. But the reality is a lot of times people wait too long and then all of a sudden it stops working. Or worse yet, bursts or leaks, and hopefully you don't have a finished basement.
303-713-8255. Okay, we've been talking about home services and anything on your mind. We have lines open. We'll take all of your calls, I promise you, coming right up, right away. Colorado Tinnitus and Hearing Center has these new digital hearing aids that interface with your smartphone. People might think, Tom, other than controlling it with your phone, what's the big deal? Well, it is a big deal. They're actually using your phone as an interface, so it will... these hearing aids program themselves based on use and environment. And the cell phone can store all of this information in the app, and it's an integral part of the hearing aid. It also helps, of course, with quick controls if you want to lower the volume, raise the volume, or if you have mostly sound coming from the front. It's called front bias, and you want to quiet around you, like in a theater or a play. You can do that instantly with a cell phone. It'll literally start listening only in a certain pie shape where you tell it to. And this is for like a concert or something like that. These digital hearing aids are wonderful. And not only that, but they have, of course, the hearing aids that can help with your tinnitus treatment. So whatever it is, I urge you to get a hold of Colorado Tinnitus and Hearing Center and find out, because you can get a free test drive. That's absolutely free. Also, please call for the free dinner June 19th, starting at 6:30, June 19th, okay? Call about those details. I'll be there. And you will get information, and right there at the dinner, you'll be able to try them out. 303-534-0163. Ask about the dinner June 19th. 303-534-0163.
There's a very hot water heater. But
you do the sacrificial anode.
I buy the big aftermarket.
Yeah, the anodes. That's the secret right there.
And the flushing.
I haven't flushed them. But
flushing is important.
Flushing's huge. That's what starts rusting off the tank.
I have a sediment filter.
Oh, really?
Wait a minute. On the intake?
When you come in, yeah, I've got one. I'll bring one in.
On the intake of your water heater?
No, on the intake coming into the house.
Oh.
Just a basic sediment filter?
Yeah, that big plastic.
That alone will help a lot, yeah.
Well, but the sediment is from the
tank itself?
No, from the water itself. It boils and drops out, right?
Tired of other adults telling you what to
right,
do?
but if you get a sediment filter, even the cheap ones,
that is a good idea.
Canister,
well, I have
filters will help.
At the cabin, I have terrible problems because we have a cistern. And if anybody runs water when he's delivering water, it stirs up and the toilet valves will stick and crap. Even the little tiniest stuff. I've got one I'm going to put in the cabin. It's a big plastic, big thing. You put filters in it, but I've never changed filters.
Well, all of a sudden it stops.
Well, no, the sediment's on the outside.
It's all up, but all of a sudden.
I guess it could.
That's what's happening to mine.
Bob, I just texted you.
I did it because we're, where we live, we're on the water treatment plant.
12:15
And
for
for some
Al,
reason, you were getting
12
a ton
for
of
Brad.
sediment.
No, sediment is just from dropping out of the
Seemed a little complicated, so I tried to put on the air after that, and so I thought, is there someone you could put him in touch with pretty quick, or? Yeah, okay, I'll tell him that I talked to you about it, and someone's gonna call him.
06, 16 is 22 years old.
No, I think flushing it and like saying,
Yeah, I know.
were you able to pull your old anode?
No, I put it in when I bought a water heater. I bought an aftermarket anode. It's huge.
Does it anode?
It unscrews and comes out the top.
No, so the new ones they're on 3 like chains.
Oh, so you can get them in.
So you get them in.
Oh, no, no. You know what? Years ago, I did a story on one that wasn't on chains, like nunchucks you're talking about.
Right.
Well, they have one that's just flexible, and it goes like this. Because people could not get them in. That's why they were cheap. The chain thing I never thought of, but I don't know how they made it flexible, but it was literally like, flex, just that. That's all it was. And you put it in.
No, I looked that up because I'd never heard of them before, but now they're on like a little, there's like 3 of them. Like,
Oh, that makes sense. AJ just ordered it when we put the water heater in, so it was out.
But like I say, most places, like say.
We have a problem with landmark garages again. Remember we pissed that guy off last time? Remember
Which
that
one
one,
was that?
Dad?
Which one?
Merrill Hunter is the guy's name. You seem to have known him the last time we got a call on him.
What is Landmark Garage?
They build garages.
Well, they build garages.
Yeah.
Oh, that's funny what I was
Anyway, Dan, I remember you talking to him once, that owner. Rack your brain on that one.
Maybe I'll hear it.
I'm taking a red eye.
Oh, man, what time are you leaving?
12:15.
In the morning on Thursday?
Yes. So Wednesday night I call it.
Holy shit.
That's cool. I love that. My kids sleep.
Oh, okay, yeah, with little kids, I'd agree with you.
Well,
Hell,
they're
yeah.
not that little, but they sleep.
I can't sleep on airplanes.
I
That's why I would hate
can't. Not only that, but I'll sleep in the rental car. Oh, no, I gotta drive. So anyway.
Hey, Potty, take over.
You need the Super Cruise.
How far is your sister's place or wherever you're staying from
the airport? An hour.
Who are you flying? Frontier. They're so fucking cheap to fly. They're like $49.
My wife can't get
My kids are such
I
good
complain
travelers.
about them, but
Jesus, they're
my
good
God, they're
travelers.
so cheap.
I love going on trips with my kids. They're such great travelers. They just love it.
Judy had a dental appointment in Mexico, She got a $49 fare here and back to San Diego, 2-hour rental car to Algodones, had a dental appointment, drove back and flew home by 7 o'clock at night.
I've had Frontier so cheap to Vegas one time this year, it was like $28. $28.
You know, the taxes and landing.
But if Suzanne didn't go, I'd never have to do, I wouldn't even buy luggage. I can literally go for a weekend and live out of, what do they call it, personal item. But there's not a woman in the world. But
a European purse?
My carry-on. It's my carry-on.
It's European.
I had a trip to Florida. I come home and we had to rush out the door. My daughter, my first wife, and they had 3 big suitcases. I assumed one was mine. That was a bad assumption. I get to Florida, none of them was mine. I didn't have any luggage at all. And you know what?
You gotta go shopping.
It was a no big deal. You go to Walmart and buy some underwear and a few things, buy a t-shirt. It became, and now I don't even worry about luggage.
And then just leave the clothes in the hotel.
To do that. My dad FedExes his suitcase. Yes, or something.
I'm Tom Martino, your troubleshooter, and I hope you never have to use Joseph A. Lazzara, attorney at law. Oh, he's great at what he does, but he's a criminal defense attorney. And on a serious note, there are people who get mad when I do a commercial for Joe. Here's what they say. People should just pay for their crimes. Obviously. But if you're accused of something, what do? Okay? I mean, you know, there are stories, there are rights, there are all kinds of stuff. You need a criminal defense attorney. Trust me, if your brother or sister got in trouble, they'd hire an attorney. If you got in trouble, you'd hire an attorney. Joe is not into just getting you off of, you know, say, hey, you know, don't worry about it. We don't encourage drinking and driving, shoplifting, anything like that. Sometimes people are falsely accused. Sometimes people, they do want to plead guilty. But you can't go into a DUI and just plead guilty on your own without some help. You can, but it's foolhardy because there are programs to get you back on the road, to help you get to work. You don't throw your whole life away for a ticket. Joe Lazzara can help you through the system, whether guilty, innocent, or in between. And he doesn't judge you. He simply represents you. Joseph A. Lazzara. Remember that name. It's 2 Z's and 1 R, Lazzara. Okay? And you can find him on the referral list at referralist.com or simply give him a call. Put the number down for the future, and I hope you never need it. 303-429-6200. 303-429-6200. That's Joe Lazzara. Okay, now, Rob, go ahead, sir. What is going on in your life?
Okay, so I've got a couple acres in Greeley.
Okay.
And there was an oil tank or an oil battery in the back corner of the property, and the oil company PDC came in and pulled that tank out to remove it because it was basically an abandoned well.
Oh, an abandoned well on your property.
Right.
Okay.
So they pulled that out, and at the time when they pulled it out, they didn't tell me that it had been leaking. They just said that, you know, hey, we have to dig a small hole here.
Yeah, they don't want you going and getting upset and trying to do soils tests. Yeah.
Exactly. So I let them dig, and it was a small hole, well, a relatively small hole, and they left it there for a few weeks, and then they came back in. Did they
cordon it off or anything?
Yeah, they did.
Okay.
They had the thing around it, and they came back in and said, hey, you know, the fence to your pen back there is going to fall in the hole. Can we take it down? And I said, yeah, that's fine. I was planning on, you know, my ultimate goal was putting a building back there. And so they took that down.
Be careful about putting a building on royalty property. I mean, if they have surface rights, be careful. They don't have to restore that property.
Okay. Well, I don't.
You have to see the extent of the mineral rights. Sometimes they're just underground rights to the minerals, not surface rights.
Right. Exactly.
And sometimes they're minor surface rights to and from the site. But be careful, because if you put a building on top of something and they want to put a horse head or they want to do something, you could end up really wasting money.
Okay. And see, that's what I need to talk to somebody about, because I don't even know. You know, one of the lawyers was asking me about a surface contract, and I don't know anything about it.
Hey, Rob, how long?
Ago.
So you bought the property 3 years ago, right?
Right.
And do you recall who owns the mineral rights?
Well, my neighbor owns the mineral rights.
Your neighbor?
Because he used to own all the property.
Okay. Now, do you know, did your neighbor sublease them out or sell them?
He has not.
Okay. And is your neighbor the one then doing this oil thing?
No. Well, okay, so he sold all the property except for 5 acres, which was split in half. I have half, my neighbor has half, and then all the surrounding property is owned.
Then who gave them the right, if he owns the mineral rights, who gave them the right to come and take that tank?
I told them, okay, so here's what's going on. The property next to me, which is like hundreds of acres, they put in like I'm guessing like 20 battery, 20 tanks. And so...
Who owns the mineral rights over there?
My neighbor and his family.
So he put the tanks in, or he allowed them to do it. He gave them the rights.
Next door, right?
Okay.
And my tank was put in back in I think the early '80s by his father.
Okay.
He allowed him to put the tank.
Okay.
in.
All I care about is who told them to remove it.
Well, I told them to remove it.
You can't tell them to remove it. Who told they can't? How did you even know the tank was there?
Because it's on the back of my property.
So it's above ground.
Above ground.
Okay, that's different. So you told them to move it, but you don't have the right to tell them to move it.
Well, this was part of the negotiation, and it might not even been part of the negotiation. They came and talked to me, because next door they put all this in, so PDC came, and, they smooth talk you and all that, and so I told them, I said, hey, if you're going to do that, I would like that tank removed because I want
If you're going to do, right, if you're going to do what?
What do you mean?
You said if you're going to do that, I want this tank removed. Do what?
If you're going to put all the the oil tanks on the property
next to
me, yeah, I said I want this tank removed.
Okay, but apparently they're being nice because you didn't have a right for any of that. So apparently they want to make you happy, so they took the tank off. I don't need to know the details, but you requested it and they removed it. So now where do we stand today? What's the problem today?
Today, that tank had leaked for nobody knows how long.
Wow.
Several years, and it's contaminated my land, and they've dug a 75 by 100 foot hole that's 20 feet deep down into the water table. They still don't know the extent of the contamination, but I told them to quit digging once I saw my whole, rear pen dug up. Until I talked to somebody to find out what my rights and
here's the deal. It's your land, and if it's contaminated, it seems to me the EPA would get involved in this, or one of the state authorities, because EPA is federal, and you have a right to get your land uncontaminated, and the one who did it should be penalized. But we don't even know who did it. I mean, this is going to take some homework. But you start with the mineral owner, and they're the ones that worry about this. Your neighbor is the one responsible.
Okay.
Your neighbor having mineral rights is an awesome responsibility. And you're sure he has the rights. If he does, you go to him and say, listen, you better go to whoever did this and get it cleaned up. You're going to have a major environmental lawsuit on your hands.
Well, and that's what PDC said, that they're going to come in and take care of this. But
okay.
I don't know what that means, and that's why
Okay, here's what you need to do. Get somebody to represent you who you trust. You have to hire an attorney or someone used to this kind of thing. You need an environmental attorney to make sure that is done properly and that the follow-up testing confirms it was done properly. You don't want your well. Do you have a well or public? What do you have?
I do have 2 water wells, one back where this
for
is
drinking.
Going on,
for drinking,
yes.
Are they? So it supplies your house with fresh water.
Yes.
You better have your water tested.
I Colorado Oil and Gas, I called them, and they came out and took tests off of both wells.
Why Colorado Oil and Gas?
Well, because they're the commission. Colorado Oil and Gas Commission.
You said, okay, the commission. I thought you were talking about a company. So what did they say about your water?
Well, I haven't heard back from them
Okay, those are the guys you're going to deal with. Colorado Oil and Gas Commission. I'm glad you got them involved. They're the ones also that will order the cleanup and will follow up with them to make sure it's clean. You're with the right people.
Okay. But as far as an attorney goes, like I said, I've talked to several attorneys, and I can't get...
But it depends on what you want. You know, you haven't been presented with anything. If they're going to clean it up, and they're going to read and test it, the only thing I would want an attorney for is if they present you with some kind of a release. But they haven't done that. You may want to use this bargaining power that you're going to have to clear an area for a building. You can't just automatically build on any kind of easements or mineral rights property. You could end up so this is, you need it clarified. You need to find a mineral attorney to clarify what these rights give to your neighbor. Or better yet, ask your neighbor to give you all the mineral rights on your property, to sign them over to you as part of the negotiation. Then you never have to worry about it.
Okay.
But you got to do something, and you're going to need help, Rob. So a mineral attorney will negotiate for you, but I would try to negotiate the mineral rights. That's the best solution. The next best solution is to negotiate the surface rights, okay? And then you can build your building. But no matter which one of those options you choose, you must insist on a cleanup and follow-up testing to confirm it. And that's where Colorado Oil and Gas will help. So you can stay in touch with us, Rob. We'll make a file, and you stay in touch with us. But those are your marching orders. 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. We got more coming up. Aurora Orthodontics and TMJ, the place to call. If you're an adult and you want a beautiful smile, they can do palate expansion, and they can do teeth straightening with the Invisalign braces, but they do it differently than anywhere else. They have an aggressive way of doing it, and of course it is wonderful the way they do it, because they do it without surgeries, without extractions. And once this happens, you're going to have beautiful straight teeth for a fraction of the cost of veneers. You know, you can do veneers, but they're expensive, $40,000, $50,000, $60,000. But this will completely align your jaw, get rid of apneas, and get rid of TMJ, and give you a beautiful smile. And it's all done in 2 years by Dr. Kent Lawson. As an adult, you can have it done within 2 years. 303-690-0100. That's the new orthodontics, Aurora Orthodontics and TMJ. 303-690-0100.
The drive to the tech center should be improving pretty soon. Earlier crash south of I-25 at Arapahoe. I had a couple of lanes blocked. That's clearing off the highway. Still residual backup to 325. It is improving on the front end of that stretch.
That could be pulled out of the way.
Off highway,
They had to
looks like they've cleared out that accident between the light rail and
you get a yearly payment?
Stout.
What's that?
Are you
yearly payment for that?
No, we weren't getting paid for it. This is just for the property.
But that crash has been cleared.
Yeah, the original, I guess, got it, whatever.
Quite as hot. With a high near 85.
We had 20,
now fair and
20 feet plus the 10, 30 feet, couldn't do anything with the thought.
630 K-House.
We drove 4K subs, with anchors in them, ran just the building down to the property.
Anything
along to they pulled out. We never did.
Yeah, we can't do it.
No, we never did.
Hopefully they just get that last part, and then we have some shit.
It's all
company I can highly recommend. If you have some old damage, call them.
Can you tell your SEO company to move us a little closer to the front page?
They may not.
They're working on the search. It'll be totally random like the old one.
Anything to look.
Where are you at now? Dead last?
Close. That's a bunch of crap. These
Who's dead last?
They're tricking you into
it might be
Excel will
Apple
never trick you into a contract. They will give you.
They need to do it alphabetically.
Don't go out and go back.
No, I can't even figure out. I have no idea how they even came up with it. It's not alphabetical. It's not length of time. It's not random because it's always the same. I have no idea how they did it.
Call Excel.
There truly is no rhyme or reason.
And you will never have any penalty clauses in that contract.
Not yet.
They know you want to stick with them, and they don't want to force you. 303-761-6400.
Fair, but each week we brought somebody else to the top.
Excelroofing.com.
We're getting it.
That'd be fair. Whoever pays the most.
Are you embarrassed by?
Yeah, that's the golden rule.
That's the golden rule?
Yeah, he who has the gold rule.
Did we call up the Mintz law firm for this guy?
Yes, we called up the Mintz law firm.
And what did they say?
And they're gonna call this guy. I'll call him back later.
I can't believe I'm buying another motorcycle.
Why are you?
Just for the back of the RV, just a little enduro. I don't want to tow a fucking car, man. Not
Mark is in the load-up phase.
Yeah, I know.
There was no fucking Ubers up
What size
there.
are you looking for?
I'm buying a little 250 enduro.
Oh, okay.
Why? What are you selling?
I got a 125, but it's a little bit small, obviously, for you. But if you're just looking to scoot around the campsite and stuff,
How much you want?
I need a little bigger.
What kind is it?
it's a Suzuki. It's nice. This is my wife's bike.
Is it an enduro?
Piece of crap, or is it a scooter?
Oh, it's great.
Of his wife's bike, they never drop.
Is it an enduro?
I like to have a
It's a
scooter around the
four-stroke.
airport.
Yeah.
It's their
Oh,
DX.
What do you have around the airport?
Oh, it does. This one doesn't have lights.
Custom golf carts lifted with giant.
Do you have one?
Yeah. Yeah, those are the redneck hot rods that you see at the campground.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You should have seen this guy that knew me on this little Grom he had. They're called a Honda Grom. They're little tiny crotch rockets. They're 125 cc's.
Yeah.
I thought they stopped making those. When I was in college.
Did they say anything else like, well,
Little bitty ones like that?
No, this is bigger than that.
I think you gotta go with
You know what I'm talking
they
about.
did say they would call them.
You had to,
They're almost like
this here and stuff like that.
I talked to Matt Schneider.
I don't think they were that big a CC. I think they had to be like less than 50 CC.
49.
Yeah.
You could go one of those things, get all squirrely.
I had one of those.
Did you?
Mine was a chopper too.
Okay.
No, it was a little mini motorcycle.
Oh, those little baby crotch
49
rods.
cc's.
Yeah, God, those were, those
They look dangerous.
They were.
What is it that the
Little 49 cc.
do you remember the do you remember the tri-years ATVs? They were dangerous as shit.
Hondas?
Not the four-wheelers.
Yeah,
the
three.
I love those.
No,
You have to learn how to ride them. You have to learn how to ride them on two wheels.
They had so many lawsuits.
Yes.
They quit making them.
When you go around a corner, you actually roll it out onto the two wheels on that side and ride it on
Did
two
we
wheels.
tell you? Did we tell you? He knows everything. Did we tell you? Are we
I
not?
love those. But if people ride them like they were four wheels, they're gonna scatter that thing all over the place. Go just go ride along and turn the front wheels, they're gonna go bend over it.
Scaramouche.
The mooch. The mooch.
You had one.
I'd never had one. I rode them out.
Yeah, you just
Bright Light Chiropractic. I love Bright Light Chiropractic. I love Dr. Mike Hederscheit and his team. You'll see him in each and every time when I say his team. He and a receptionist, and they're wonderful people. They do chiropractic, and that is very unusual in today's world because most chiropractors, I joke about it, they spend their time figuring out how they cannot be a chiropractor with all the different therapies. He does adjustments, targeted, gentle, torque release techniques. It's with a hand activator that targets nerves that release and then cause your body to heal itself. Misalignments, of course, cause pain and other problems. Chiropractic is a basic health care modality that allows your body to function at its optimum. I love it. You'll love it. If you're new to chiropractic, you'll love Dr. Mike Hederscheit because it's not those jarring whole body adjustments. Now, trust me, you do notice the difference. He does do an adjustment, but it's nothing like you may be imagining. So, go see him. And you can get a complete evaluation for just $50. This is his normal price. That's for digital x-rays and a thermal scan of the spine. And then adjustments are just $50. Together, for the first time, you get them both for $75. Adjustments can be purchased in little packages that can bring the price down to $30 a piece. He's at University and County Line, BrightonYourFamily.com. Remember that, BrightonYourFamily.com, 720-583-4506. Okay, now, so I think we took care of Rob. That's done. Aaron's got a comment, though, on Rob's land contamination. Aaron, what is your comment or advice?
Yeah, so I've done about 50 of those contamination digs.
Now, you did 50 digs, so you're an excavator?
I used to be supervisor and foreman for some of those jobs.
Okay, and you did a bunch of these digs, and what advice do you have?
So judging by the size of what he says it is, 100 by 75 feet, I'm guessing they've hit a point where they kind of want to stop and redo the game plan, because normally if digs get that big, there's different procedures that Colorado Oil and Gas Company they have to go through.
Yeah.
So I'm guessing if it's that size and if they pick groundwater, they're probably going over their plan, figuring out what else they have to do. But they will eventually backfill that, restore all the ground out, natural.
With new dirt. With new dirt.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It'll be brand new dirt, and it'll be compacted, and you shouldn't have any issues. And they will, they'll put his land back to how it's supposed to be. Any fences come down, any building.
So it's not a big deal like Rocky Flats when we're talking about that plutonium stuff. We're talking about oil. And oil can be, I don't ever think it gets to a point where it can ruin land, so to speak. It can always be reclaimed, right?
Yeah, and they'll monitor it over the years and make sure that it's growing.
So are you saying Colorado Oil and Gas Commission, they really do follow up and they're good people to deal with?
They're very strict about it.
That's good. Rob, did you hear that? You might feel better knowing that. Aaron says he's been on several digs, and this commission for the state, they're pretty strict.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, I understand that. Yeah.
So I think...
I just
go ahead.
Wanted to, I need to talk to a lawyer in particular, to find out exactly, where I'm at with all this stuff, and that's the trouble I've been having, is trying to find somebody that can explain to me what I need to do, and do I give these guys a go ahead to keep going, or?
Well, of course. Well, first of all, you got to give them access. Of course you do. But as far as the only, like I said, the serious part comes if they want releases or something like that. So you can consult their mineral attorneys, their gas and oil attorneys, or environmental. They're two separate areas. Environmental attorneys would work. So, and call us back if you have any problems. I'm Troubleshooter Tom Martino. We have a lot to talk about. And again, I'm going to give the advice on how to get about 30% more efficiency out of your system at the minimum with doing some small adjustments that require no purchasing. Stick around on the Troubleshooter Show.
Coloradan 62.
Since the last commercial.
Thank you very much, Daphne.
You're welcome. I didn't wait for you to answer because I figured it was time.
Really?
Yeah. Hey.
Yes!
Go on the front page of the site. I did. I sent you a message. Oh, you know what? Maybe I didn't turn the volume on my thing. I was on the phone. That was probably me. Never mind.
Go ahead.
No, the blonde behind the curtain. The front page of there you go. So go to around the house. And now go to the bottom and click on charities. Right. Right there. Okay. None of the charities pull up. They're all different things. Now go.
Well, wait a minute. That's weird.
I know. Now go.
But why are these pulling up?
I don't know. But go here. Click on appliance and sales and service. There's all the charities.
Well, then let's go look at. Give me one of the charities.
There with Care.
Dare with Care.
There, THERE.
Okay, let's see here. Charities. So they're under charities. Now, if we go look at manage categories, charities, animals and pets, what would they be under?
Children's interests.
Okay, here's what you got to do. Let me show you exactly.
Well,
just watch. Well, you got to go to each listing.
Right.
So there.
I
like there. I like dare with Care. Like we dare you to give us some money or whatever.
But there.
You should change it.
What
do you like better?
We're all over
there with Care or dare with Care for a charity.
We're there to help people.
Or I dare you to help. I dare with Care.
It's a little threatening.
Yeah. Yeah, that's more of a marky mark.
Okay, so look, here's what you got to do.
Okay.
You get rid of charities. Then you go select, and you're going to go charities, and then you're going to choose which one to
there you go. Okay, that makes sense.
Hit OK. And then save.
Okay.
But what I don't understand is why the other ones are coming up. Wait, what was one of the ones that did come up?
None of them came up.
No,
with
it wasn't charities. What was coming up?
Oh, crap.
Let's just go look. Hold on.
I don't remember.
What was it under? Charities?
Charities at the bottom.
See, I bet if I refresh.
I got logos. I fixed the logos on all of the,
Hold on here. Where are we at here?
oh, you took it off.
Where's charities?
It would be down there.
It'll be up there. Now it's going to have.
It was all the way at the bottom.
Show charities right here. Well, see, now please search charities.
What's the guy's name with the oil and gas question?
Now go down.
What's his name?
Charities.
What was the guy's first name of the oil and gas question again?
See, you got to take all these other
What's the guy's
ones
first
out
name
of
of the
there.
oil and gas question again?
Oh,
Here.
now Rob. Okay, Brent Ivinson's on broadband, ready to go. Go to the top, except for Al's Appliance. That's weird.
So let's look it out. Let's go back here real quick.
Working at a growing business.
You still need to switch all of them out.
Okay, I'll go and do that.
Al's.
That's easy enough. I added QC of Colorado. They're
Okay,
up and
so
running.
Al is under appliance sales. So somewhere here, he's got to have the word. Jeez, I don't know why he would.
This report is brought to you by Lifeline. Sunny today with a high of 85. Tonight clear and a low of 55.
I don't know why he'd be. Oh, unless if one of these has that as a keyword, which wouldn't make sense. I mean, he looks right though. I don't know why he's popping there. That's one of those weird questions. I just have no idea why.
Right.
But move all the other charities, assign them to one of
I'll
those
do
three.
that. I got all the logos fixed for all of the endorsements.
Oh, I bet it's under sales and service. Watch this. Let me get rid of that. Now let me save. I bet you that was.
Why would it be under that?
Because it shouldn't.
Services, maybe?
You can't. You and Tom screwed
Hey, that's
up.
cool that you ran into that guy.
When he says we screwed something up, we never fucking touched those categories.
I agree.
Why did he say he's just?
I remember you guys sitting around breaking into new categories.
Mark, can I explain something?
Yeah.
On the old site.
I'm talking the new site.
No, on the old site, we changed a couple categories that had nothing to do with this area. Nothing at all. Nothing to do with garage doors. It had to do with stone pavers. Do you remember
That's
that?
right.
That's the only thing we did, and it was on the old site.
Yeah, what he said.
Okay, I bet Al.
It doesn't fucking matter. He gets something in his head, and he just believes it.
I don't know why Al's is pushing like that. I really have no idea.
But that's weird that you only changed one and then all of them popped up there. That's strange, but I will. I'll go in and change them. Go to page 2 and see if anybody else besides Al.
I wonder why Al's is there. But you have to do those other ones.
Yeah, I will.
Oh yeah, look,
Yeah.
Jensen applies.
Jensen.
So, okay, watch this. We're just going to go look, because that's going to drive
So
me
get this, Tom.
Is the
Yes.
You have to go back on. I'll tell you.
Oh, is it long?
Well,
Anything she says is very long. Very long.
wait, what's it?
Hi, Tom Martino, your troubleshooter. Welcome to the show. This hour brought to you by Frank Duran, therealestateman.com. If you're buying or selling real estate, I can think of no one better to help you through the transaction. He not only helps you with the transaction, but he helps you to list your home for the right price that gets multiple offers, not just the highest price, the right price. The right price turns out to be the highest price, and sometimes the high price turns out to be you got to lower it a little. He knows the psychology of a buyer, and in this market, you need him more than ever, even though it's a hot market. You could be leaving money on the table, and that is Frank Duran, therealestateman.com, 303-410-1720. And who are you going to get to finance that? Huh? Who? Well, I'll tell you what, you get Ideal Home Loans because no matter what rates do, they have the interest rate guarantee. You close or refinance, and they go down just 0.75% over the next 2 years. Guess what? You get free refinancing with Brent Ivinson on Ideal Home Loans, and he says coming up soon is going to be the federal rate announcement. What will that mean, Brent? What does that mean?
Rates on Wednesday. So here's who's going to be impacted immediately. Anybody with an adjustable rate mortgage, anybody with a home equity line of credit, anybody with credit card debt. Now, this could have an impact on long-term mortgage rates as well, so we could see those rising as we get later on into the end of the week. We still have this little decline that we saw that occurred about 2.5 weeks ago. We're still there, but pressure mounting rates higher. Take advantage of interest rates where they're at right now before they go up.
And that's what to do. If they come to you and start an application, can they lock them in?
Absolutely. We can get you locked right away.
That's great. Ideal Home Loans for your next Ideal Home Loan. 303-867-7000. Okay. So what's going on? We got Plumline Services in the house talking about home services and anything you want to talk about. Let's start with Jan. Jan, what's going on with you? Hello, Jan.
Hello.
What's going on, Jan?
Well, I didn't hear the lady speaking earlier about Liberty Plumbing Pros.
She called about a problem, and the problem was, what was it?
I think she got a pipe fixed, and they didn't replace the drywall, and she was waiting to get that.
Yeah,
done,
it was it was really minor, but anyway, what's the situation with you, dear?
Okay, I had them out. I had them before, like the other lady did before. Their other name was Aardvark. I had them previously, and they did great work. This time, their son came out. And come to find out, he doesn't even have a license.
Was that the same story as the other one? His son came. The son came.
I believe that's what she said. The son came out.
Okay. But here's the issue:
he
doesn't have a license. Under Colorado state law, he has to have a license.
For what? Drywall? Would he have to have a license
No,
for?
plumbing.
No, plumbing.
Now listen, you don't have to have a master license. You can work under a master, but you do have to have what kind of license, Bob?
Journeyman or a residential license, yes.
Right, he does not have.
Are you sure?
I'm reading on my iPad, and so I did a lot of homework on this one because I was also very, very disappointed.
Yeah, but hold on a second. Correct me if I'm wrong, Tom and Bob, there's a lot of companies out there that will hire a top dog plumber, if you will, and they'll operate under his license and have lots of numerous people out there to work on stuff.
Yeah, but
it's almost common.
I know, but they have
he's on site with them.
They have to be on site with the man who put it in.
Hold on.
And the man who put it in.
Do they have to? If you have a journeyman, you don't have to have the master on site, do you?
Not as a journeyman or a residential.
He didn't have any kind of a license.
Okay, and he did not have the master on site. Anyway, what does all this mean? What do you want us to do? How did it affect you?
It affected me that they overcharged me and they did inferior work. And they finally, after I finally raised enough havoc, they finally went to the Douglas County and pulled a building permit after the fact, and they put it down as a gas water heater. I don't even have gas on the property, I'm all electric property.
How did you find the guy?
Because I used Aardvark before. And so then everything they said was a lie.
So you just want to let us know about this. Did you do online reviews?
The man who put this in, which his name was David, he does not have a license. So I have on my iPad, I took a movie of this, a video. When the father came out, his name is Kent, K-E-N-T, he came out to my home, and I took a video of him, and I said, now, wait a minute. I said, do you realize, under Colorado state law, I've been through Susan Schaefer, she's the head of the...
We've got way too much detail, dear. I need to know the bottom line. Why did you call? To warn people?
To tell you that... The Liberty Pros, they do not have a license.
Okay. Well, as of...
Not have a license.
You mean Liberty Pros, the entire company?
Kent does, but Kent wasn't the one out here.
Okay.
And the law says he has to be on site for the other man to do the work.
Unless the kid has a residential or journeyman's license.
And he doesn't.
Okay. Then in that case, your call is well-founded, and we will look into it. And I appreciate that, Jan. You can tell Jan is armed for bear. Good for you, Jan, that you did your homework. Really.
Man, she was upset.
No, I appreciate that. Carmelo, what's going on?
Hi, and thanks for taking my call.
Yes, sir, and I'm sorry for the wait. What is going on?
Well, for 10,000-foot view, I put a down payment on a new garage for my home.
How much?
March 23rd.
How much?
$3,743.
Okay, $3,743.
Okay. The city calls me up a month later and says that we can't build the garage because the water lines and gas lines are in the driveway.
Well, they'd have to be moved, right?
Well, that's $20 to $30K. I don't have that.
In other words, it's cost prohibitive. So, here's the deal, Carmelo. What's the name of the garage company?
Landmark Garages.
Okay, well, so far they haven't done anything wrong. They simply took a down payment, and you found out you don't want to build it. So now what?
Well, I found out 2 months ago, and I have been calling him multiple times a week.
What does Okay, what does the contract say? That's important.
Okay, I don't.
You don't know?
What? Okay, I don't understand what I'm holding the contract now.
What is
where would it say?
Okay, on the surface, Carmelo, you did not simply change your mind. What happened was you found out it was cost prohibitive. But from his point of view, you signed a contract, you put money down, you contracted to make a garage, and you canceled.
I didn't cancel yet. He didn't even return my calls. I
you're
wanted to move the garage.
Oh,
I told
see.
him, call me and
Okay,
tell
come
me.
up with a solution.
And he's not even returned my calls.
I wonder why. He has so basically then from the 50,000 foot level, as you might say, he has $3,700 of your money and will not even return a call, and he has no idea about this wrinkle with the city, does he?
No, the city called him also.
So he might think, Carmelo's calling to get his money back, and even if you were, so what? But he doesn't even know. You might want to move it or come up with another solution. Is that right?
Not really, because the first few messages I left him is, give me some options, call me back.
That's what I just said, some options. So it wasn't just a refund you were asking for in the beginning, right?
Oh, not a refund at all in the beginning.
Okay, this is weird. We need to call Landmark Garage. Now, I will warn you that Landmark Garage, they don't like us for some reason. Suzanne said they were very upset with us. I'm not sure why. Why are they a bad company or what? What's their rating?
It's not great, Tom.
It's not great.
No.
Boy.
How did you pay that money?
Check.
Now, Tom, I think the last issue we got resolved, but the owner was
good.
not happy with the call.
Well, okay,
so
but he did resolve it.
I think he did.
Sounds like Deputy Clint should call up.
Let's give him a call. I mean, what does the contract say, out of curiosity, that if you decide not to build it?
Notice or cancellation. Boy, I can't. This is talk about fine print. My old eyes.
Okay. Can you send us a copy of that, Carmelo?
Okay.
All right. So if you can, we would really appreciate it. Do you have it on email?
No. It's only a one-page contract.
Okay. Could you take a picture of it, like a nice square, put it down on a table, and take a nice picture of it with your cell phone? Do you have a smartphone?
Yeah.
Carmelo, you mentioned old eyes. How old are you?
61.
Yeah. Oh my God. That's not old eyes. Come on, bro. 61. You sound like an old man. Why are you letting yourself sound like an old man?
Because I'm handicapped. I had a brain tumor. I've got cataracts. I'm an old man. I accept my fate, but I'm an old man.
Do you realize now with cataracts you get brand new lenses, and you never have to wear glasses?
My doctor won't perform the surgery because of my body mass index.
Are you fat?
Yes.
Oh. How heavy are you?
350.
Oh my God! How tall are you?
Yeah, if he's 8 foot, that's normal.
Yeah. No. How tall are you, Carmelo?
9'6". No, I'm 5'3".
You're 5'3", 350 pounds. Okay. So you let yourself go a little, but you're enjoying life.
I'm loving life.
Good.
I let myself go when I was a teenager.
Oh, you did. So this has been a long time coming.
Oh,
huh?
Yeah. This is no surprise.
Are you married?
I was.
So, okay, Carmelo, we'll see what we can do to help you, but this is too bad. You got to try. So you can't get those. You can't get the cataract thing done. Your doctor says you're not physically fit. I can see.
I'm working on that. That's the cataract doctor that my other doctor, my primary care physician.
If I were you, I'd call Icon LASIK. Icon Eye Services now, because they do way more than LASIK. But you ought to give them a call. Seriously.
If they are in network, I will call them.
It's ICON. You ought to call them. Anyway. Yeah. So thank you for calling. Hold on and we're going to make sure we get your information so we can call for you. Mark, I feel bad for people that just have all these accumulated problems.
Well, that's a big boy.
Yeah.
You take away that, and there might not be all those other problems.
And a lot of that's self-induced, isn't it?
I would assume so.
Dan let himself go.
He's got very low tries.
No, he's very thin.
I've seen his blood work.
He's very thin. Yeah, Mark became an expert.
His tries are too low.
303-713-8255. Okay, Tammy, we are going to talk to you about your moving problem. I want to remind our listeners we have plumb line services in the house, plumbing, heating, cooling, electric, and drains. I also want to say that we welcome your calls, and you can get right through right now at 303-713-TALK, 303-713-8255. The Raleigh House is a treatment addiction program. They have multiple locations in the Denver area, and they're great people. But before you do anything with rehab or treatment, you need information. Don't ever just sign up for a program. You know, the Salvation Army has a free program. Do you know that? You know, the Raleigh House wants you to know about that, and they want you to know about all of your options. They're not trying to slam people into this program. They want to give you information. If you have any problems whatsoever with an addiction in your family, call them. Find out about the habits and about how it starts and some of the things to look out for and how to approach an addict. And what are the different kinds of addictions? What treatment's available? Does insurance pay? How much does it cost? How long does it take? What is the follow-up care? Any question you have on addiction, TheRaleighHouse.com. 720-893-5559. 720-893-5559.
This report is brought to you by LifeLock. There's a couple of highways.
Iron Man. So I was on the line just doing when we get back.
Yeah, I can hang out with that.
Man, these helmets these days are crazy looking.
What helmets for bikes?
Yeah, I mean, I had no idea.
Remember back when we were kids, if you had the metal plate helmet, that was the coolest thing ever. That's all. Now they got all the different
sparkles.
Sparkles, yeah. Remember that and stuff? And you had that. Oh wow.
Let me see. Oh my God, they're just crazy. Like Iron Man.
I feel so constricted in a full face helmet. Oh, I hate them.
I have to have full face.
I do too.
But it keeps.
Why do you have to?
I just feel like I may as well not have a helmet on.
Me too, man. Look at all these things.
Well, yeah,
it
of course.
Keeps the wind out.
No, full face helmet is definitely the way to go. I mean, but it feels so constricted. I hate them. I hate the way they feel.
God, look at this one. It looks like a stormtrooper.
Aren't they beautiful?
Yeah.
Look at that. It looks like a stormtrooper.
Everything is just amazing.
I don't know what I like. They're
What
so
do they run now?
wild.
Yeah, how much are they?
4 or 5
$59 to $100. $109.
What?
Oh, they're
Yeah,
not
no,
really
no.
good.
Oh,
They're not really good.
Is this a
They're all-
dirt bike helmet
they're
or
all
is this a
not
street
really
helmet?
good.
No,
These
these
are
are
full
full
face. No, I think you don't need a $500 helmet. But you know, once you have an accident,
Look at that one.
you gotta get rid of
That's
it.
Iron Man.
I know.
Once you have any kind of
Hit trauma, yeah, on the.
you have to replace it.
Oh,
Or
yeah.
have it
It's like a car seat.
or
If
have
you're
it
in an
redone.
accident, it's gone.
Or they redo it. You send sometimes they
I thought it actually affected the foam or whatever it is inside the.
it does, but I think you can recycle.
Oh, okay.
Look at this one.
I love them. They look so.
They do look cool.
They really look cool. They look cool. That looks.
Look at that thing. Isn't that wild?
Yes, it is.
You could do that. One's a little
Show
hard.
the
That's
different views
200.
of that. Look at that. I like the other one. There's an Iron Man one. Looks just like an Iron Man. Oh, what's that now? Oh, that's with the chin. Wait.
Oh, you can go either or.
Those shorties aren't much protection though.
Not at all.
It's the
Your
same
jaw.
one. Look, though. It's the same helmet.
You become road pizza.
Convertible, huh?
It's a convertible.
That's what it looks like, road pizza.
Yeah, exactly.
With meatballs.
God, there's so many cool helmets.
Look at that one. Look at the Iron Man there. I love that.
Here's here's a real Iron Man one though. Look at this one. Iron Man. Is that one word?
Iron Man. I don't know.
Here's the real one. 544.
Tom Martino here. Welcome to the show. 303-713-TALK. One Clear Trust Garage Doors for your clear choice in garage doors. You simply won't do better than One Clear Choice Doors. I love representing the best. You know why? So it's so easy to do a commercial and say, go get them. You know, I mean, it's just so easy. OneClearChoiceGarageDoors.com, and they do the free Martino inspection. Now they want to be your garage door company. One Clear Choice Stores. So if you call them and ask for the Martino inspection, if they're in the neighborhood, you get that totally free. They'll do the hinge bolt tightening. They'll check the safety cables or the cables themselves. They will check all of the adjustments, lubricate, and then put the sticker on the door. They have a opener starting at just $333. 303-565-6409, oneclearchoicestores.com. Right now, Al Aramis wants to tell us about a special, and it's only for the next 5 callers. So you better listen, because this is going to be a spectacular deal. Pro Auto Care. Al, what do you got?
Well, Tom, what I want to do, and the reason we're going to do it, is we want to check people's alignments on their vehicle. That's the number one cause of tire wear that we see so often. You could have avoided it. Tires aren't cheap. It affects everything, braking, stability, and the only way you know is to put it on an alignment rack, throw the heads, measure it out. There's time and labor in that. That usually is $62 we charge for that. I'm going to do 5 listeners each store. Call now, book it for whatever.
How much?
You can come in. Free.
Free. No fooling. On the rack, totally measured.
Yeah, so bring it in. We're going to measure, give you the results of your alignment check, and we're going to basically let you know where you're at with everything on your vehicle. We'll even do a courtesy inspection.
That's so cool. That's 5 for each location, near Evans and I-25 and near Bowles in Santa Fe. Get the details at 303-PRO-AUTO. That's the phone number, 5 each location, 303-PRO-AUTO. The website is 303proauto.com. Thank you. All right, now, did we call Landmark Garages about that deposit Carmela's finding?
Went to voicemail, Tom.
Yeah. We have to warn people about Landmark in general. They have poor ratings, and I don't know, man. It's just too bad. I don't know why you pay $3,000, $3,700 up front. I don't want to make you feel bad about it, Carmela, but look, I don't mind down payments here and there. I really don't. If they're done with credit cards, they're done, and they're done the right way. Okay? Work began, plans were drawn up, they purchased something for you, or materials delivered. Johnny, you want to give, I guess you heard me recommend Icon to that guy. You wanted to give kudos. Did you have that done?
I did, Tom. I just wanted to thank you. I won't take your time.
Oh, it's okay. Did you have the replacement lenses like me?
I did. I had it done the end of March, and I have to tell you, Tommy boy, it was wonderful.
I know it.
It was, and I was almost legally blind because I was so stupid I kept putting it on.
And now you can see without glasses, and that's the great part. You used to have to pick near or far.
Yes.
Now you just get new lenses, and everything's crystal clear.
Yeah, it was just crazy, Tom.
Thank you.
I just couldn't believe it, and I want to thank everybody up at Icon.
Yeah, they're good people. Good people.
They're so professional, and they're nice and they're funny,
yeah.
Tom.
And it only takes, I think, the whole surgery, what, is 15 minutes an eye or something?
Yeah, it was crazy.
And of course, you're under sedation and you're under anesthesia, but you see, I had LASIK years ago, and then my eyes started getting older, and they said, why don't you just get new lenses? And I couldn't believe it. Why does anyone mess with anything else? They give you brand new lenses. You do not need glasses anymore. And it's cool. Anyway, Tammy, I did not forget about you. So tell me what happened. When did you contract to move?
The contract was signed on March 27th.
And what happened?
Well, unfortunately, we contracted with a broker, unbeknownst to us.
Which means you could get anyone. So what happened then?
They sent out the illustrious AM Movers out of Aurora.
They're terrible.
Oh, you're telling me.
What happened then?
Well, they packed up our stuff. It took them 2 days, which that wasn't an issue. We had to have the stuff stored as we were moving out of state and didn't have a house here in Texas where we're at. So we got a house. Closing was Friday the 1st. We called them the 29th of May, and they said, oh, great. We're going to ship it out Friday. You'll have it by Sunday, which would have been the 3rd. The 3rd came and went. We called them Monday.
Okay, so where does it rather than going through all the misery, where does it stand today? I know you got a litany of misery.
Oh, yeah. Friday, this past Friday, it was supposedly shipped and going to be here within 48 hours. Today, we contacted the original broker, And
they
claim
don't.
it's
They
in
don't
transit.
care about you. The original broker.
No.
They don't care.
So maybe this coming Friday. So a week to drive 882 miles.
So they say it will be done when then?
Well, they say by this coming Friday now.
Okay. And where are they going?
To Marlin, Texas, just southeast of Waco.
Okay. So do you think they will or not?
No.
Why are you so sure?
The owner of this place has done nothing but tell us one lie after another. And over the weekend, he said, I'm sorry, but my father died. I don't want to think that's a lie.
What do you want us to do right now?
I want to find out where my stuff is.
I don't blame you.
He has every belonging that my husband and I own, every belonging that my stepfather owned. My mother passed away just over a year ago. He has my mother's ashes. I'm disabled. My husband's on dialysis and disabled. We live on $1,400 a month. We can't afford furniture.
How much did he tell you it was going to be?
Well, we've paid $15,000 so far.
What? Wait a minute. How big is your house?
It was a 3-bedroom house.
And you paid 15 grand, what, over time? Or so much a month? What is it? How much?
32 by 40 garage full of stuff, too.
Okay.
A big, giant shop.
I understand. So, do you know many times, and I know people don't want to hear this, it's better to get rid of your stuff than to try to move it. It actually isn't even worth what you're moving. You take the sentimental stuff. You take the sentimental stuff and get rid of the rest. So, Tammy, let's get right down to it. How did you pay him? Did you pay a lump sum?
The first deposit of $5,004 was made to the broker.
Okay.
It was a deposit.
That went into his pocket. Then what?
Then when the movers came, packed it up and loaded, there was another $10,887.
And how much was the whole thing supposed to cost?
Well, originally it was just under
right now. How much is it? How much?
Well, it was under $13,000. We're at $15,000 now, and I don't know if they're going to try to bilk us out of more money.
Oh, they will. They absolutely will. They absolutely will. That's their whole game.
Well, we have a plan for them if the truck ever shows up.
What's the plan?
Well, considering my husband was a truck driver and my dad was in the trucking business, I know how to put landing gear, and he knows how to unhook a trailer.
Oh. So what would you do? Just unhook it?
We'll unhook it. That trailer won't go anywhere if they pull up here.
Ooh, that sounds good to me. Are you in Texas? Are you in Texas right now?
Yes, sir, I am.
I hope to God we can help you. I really do.
I pray.
Where'd you get the money?
Me.
If you're on disability and you live on $1,400 a month, where'd you get this?
My stepfather and my mother owned a house in Lockabooey, Colorado. We sold that house. And with that money, of course, paying off all the bills.
Okay. So listen.
He was able to purchase a house and pay for the movie.
You hang on.
Okay.
And we're going to call now. You know, who knows what's going to happen? Who knows? A&M Moving. Is it AM or A&M? I think it's AM.
M Movers.
AM Movers, right?
Correct, in Aurora.
All right, you hold on. AM Movers in Aurora. Oh, gosh, this gets so painful when this happens to people. It's so painful. It really is. James? James?
Yes, hello?
Hey, man, what's your problem with Uber?
Okay, so the other day, I have the receipt and everything. The other day, I called an Uber because I had missed 2 buses. Very convenient. I called Uber. She showed up. Her name was April. She showed up. I had a couple of extra passengers. She had informed me. She said, "You're going to need a bigger." I said, "Cool. Do you think that you can not charge me the cancel in regards to that?" I don't.
Hold on.
You know.
She said you need a bigger vehicle.
Yeah, she said there's not enough room for this
so if you didn't take the Uber, I didn't even know there was a cancellation fee. Is there?
Yeah, so there's a $5 cancellation fee. But my point is,
but it's not your fault.
Yeah, well, what I told her was I said, hey, listen, her name was April. I said, all right, well, I'm going to just call it Uber. I'm going to get everything together. She began cussing at my kids and cussing at me to get out of her vehicle.
Well,
now, at this point,
Did you report her to Uber?
Yeah, I'm into the fullest extent that you could possibly get. I spoke to everybody. I responded. I have multiple messages.
Good.
She had called the cops and said that we were holding her hostage.
How?
When the police got there, I have no clue. She said we didn't want. Honestly, when she cussed at my daughter, she's 2 years old.
But how were you holding her? How were you holding her hostage?
She said we didn't want to get out the car. She was calling the cops and saying we were holding her hostage.
So
all I said was, listen, you cussed at my daughter. She got scared, jumped out the vehicle. Now, there was literally a sip of a soda left. And when she got scared, my daughter freaked out and jumped out the car and accidentally spilled the soda. So I'm sitting here dabbing up the soda, cleaning it up. Yeah. And she calls the cops and says that we're holding her hostage.
Ridiculous.
It's me and my wife, my 4-year-old, 3-year-old, 2-year-old, and my 1-year-old.
So what do you want us to do, James?
I need.
Are you there, sir?
Yes, can you hear me?
Yeah, you're cutting in and out. What would you like us to do? God,
so basically, I need somebody to expose these guys. Well, they charged me a $40 cleaning fee, but the police made me clean the car.
It's normal. If you spill something in the vehicles, they'll charge you that cleaning.
They're going to charge you $40.
Yeah, it's all part of their terms and service.
Did you get the cancel? How about the cancellation fee?
Did you get arrested?
I didn't get arrested.
Did you get a ticket?
She tried to get me arrested. No, I had to contact. The police had no. They said, "Are you serious, April? This is an issue that you're calling the cops over when you could have professionally handled it as you know what I mean."
Okay, so you said the cops made you clean the car,
or else I would have went to jail.
Come on.
And I cleaned it. I pulled it was a soda bottle. I have photos of the actual.
Okay, did you contact Uber to ask for your money back?
Yes, I contacted them. I went through
what
the
did they
process.
say?
They said, cool, we're going to give you, they gave me my cancellation fee, so the ride was free. An hour and a half later, I was charged $40 for a cleaning fee, and I had talked to the police officer who contacted.
Yeah, but the police officer has they have nothing to do with this as far as whether you're charged a cleaning fee. But how about this?
I understand.
What about this?
I understand.
Can't you just contest it on your credit card?
I did. I let them know what's going on.
But did you? You can literally, just contest it and say you don't owe it. Period. It did not happen. You did. They did not have to clean. Did they take it off your credit card?
It's an outstanding payment. I can't use Uber. I can't even if I put my credit card in, they're going to take the $40.
Well, use Lyft instead. Lyft is better anyway.
I understand. Yeah, that's. I literally took a Lyft right after this.
Okay,
no issue whatsoever.
So, Mark, is there a local place we call for this? Do you have a local? When you went after him, where'd you go after?
Court. I sued him. That's it. There's no local place.
All right, I was never asked to that. All
right, hold on. Hold on 1 second. We got a comment. Devin, what did you want to say about this call?
So I just want to say, I take Uber a lot of the time, and it kind of sounded like he had 3 children in the vehicle along with him and his wife. This is too many for a regular Uber X. This requires an Uber X.
Yeah, and that's water under the bridge.
This whole thing sounds like he's got some part to play here, though. The soda got spilled. There's too many people. You should know which one you're ordering, whether an XL or whatever. He does have some issues here.
Right, and they did credit him that, but he's saying on the cleaning fee, he understands they spilled it, but he cleaned it, he said. So why the $40?
The police officer made me.
If he already cleaned it.
Well, I don't know how well he cleaned it.
So the
thing is the police officer was going to take me to jail if I didn't clean it good. I had to soak it up with my own work shirt for almost a half hour. The cop sat there and made me get the thing out. He said, if you don't clean it up to her
satisfaction
or whatever she felt was good. She said,
I can't believe, first of all, I can't believe that a cop would get involved and say he was going to arrest you on it. That just sounds ridiculous to me. It does. Listen, winkandwink.com. I want you to remember that website, winkandwink.com, and I hope you never need them. They're bankruptcy attorneys for Chapter 7 or Chapter 13 or debt consolidation. You need to get some counseling. They can help you. Wink and Wink. They're good people. 303-410-1720.
This is Denver's talk station, 630 KHOW, an iHeart radio station with Ross Kaminsky mornings, Michael Brown after.
What are they supposed to do if they don't have enough seatbelts for everybody?
You get them the fuck out.
Yeah.
He didn't want to get the XL because it costs double.
Oh, it does?
Well, it costs quite a bit more, yeah.
Hey, Tom, on these moving companies, I found something that kind of works.
Yeah, get a good one to begin with. Because you're not gonna,
Yeah.
No, I'm serious.
I think to put a GPS, anytime you move, you should put a GPS in there.
But if you did, you'd put a...
What difference does that make?
Well, you find out where your stuff is at.
That's a good idea, by the way.
Yeah. Asking for the driver's name and phone number. That's how we found that other truck and the one before that.
But this is from a broker.
Yeah, no, from the, well, I know, but A&M Moving has a driver somewhere that they've assigned us to.
It's probably still in storage.
Well, then if they don't have a driver name, then we know it's still in storage.
Yeah. But I'm saying just to find out where their storage is at.
Yeah, well, if they don't have a driver, they can't give me a driver name and number, then I'm telling them, well, then it's not being shipped, is it? You can call
Oh,
them.
I see what you're saying.
And if they give you a driver, the drivers are real cooperative.
No, I'm sure they are.
But getting
I'll tell you, these cross-country ones,
then a tile, what you're talking about, though, putting a tile in there?
Not a tile, no.
GPS tracker?
Absolutely, you're gonna need a
Why
big,
wouldn't the tile work?
because it's not far enough. The tile's only for like 50 feet or whatever.
We track luggage to the...
But someone else with that same thing's gotta be within 50
Yeah,
feet.
tiles, you got to have someone with that app on their phone close to it. It's only Bluetooth.
Yeah.
Okay.
So really, the bigger tile gets, the better.
Oh, that's why it worked for that guy's luggage at DIA. They told him his luggage was another state, and he said, no, it's right here.
Right. But that's what it says.
Because he was close by.
Somebody was close by.
Somebody.
Well, he was looking at it on his phone.
Right, but what I'm saying is the tile goes to another person who has that app on there, and then it relays it.
Oh, okay, so it could be as long as somebody...
As long as someone's close there, right?
They got to be within probably, man,
Wouldn't the metal...
15 yards, 45 feet.
Wouldn't the metal trailer act as a Faraday cage though and block the signal?
Well, like I say, maybe, but like I say, it's, a lot of them are in warehouses. Their stuff is in the warehouse.
Protection for your identity and devices. Go to lifelock.com. Enter promo code RISK.
These movers are terrible.
I got some good advice on that guy that has that contaminated ground from the EPA.
What did they say?
They said he needs to make certain that they're doing a phase 2 site investigation, and he needs to put a reverse osmosis filter on his well now.
Hi, Tom Martino here. Listen, on that Uber problem, James, the only thing we can tell you truly is that you're going to need to suck up the $40, and if you want, take them to small claims court, or keep it contested on your credit card.
How about if you're the Uber
Tammy,
driver?
on your moving, hold on one thing.
Go ahead.
Tammy, on your moving problem, we are trying to track them down right now, just so you know. So hang on there. Yes, Mark.
So let's go to the other side of this. You're the Uber driver. You show up. He's got like 14 kids, his wife with you. He should have ordered a van or an XL or whatever Uber costed. Then one of the kids spills the drinks all over. I mean, come on, man. I don't see Uber doing anything wrong here, and I'm no fan of Uber.
No, I think, though, if he cleaned it, Mark, that's the only issue. If he did clean it and the cop made him clean it, why would he be charged the money?
I don't know how it looked when it got, was it grape soda? Was it orange soda? What are we talking here?
He said the cop made him.
I don't know what a cop's making anybody clean something for. That part sounds a little crazy.
Sam, you're a new comment on this Uber thing. What do you have to say?
I think the $40 fee is absolutely justified.
Yeah.
And the reason is because while he was busy cleaning up his mess, the driver is sitting there not making any money.
Good point, man.
So, Tom...
Although it didn't say it was, but it's called a cleaning fee. I mean, you know, I know what you're saying, though, Sam. I understand. Yes.
I don't think the caller heard how you summed it up. So we're done with him.
Well, it's not what we're done with him. I mean, there's nothing we can do about it. It's just a civil matter that's going to come down to his opinion. We weren't there. He says he cleaned it. The cop says he cleaned it. But the driver says he owes the money, so he needs to contest it on his credit card. And if they side with him, if they side with Uber, he needs to sue them in small claims court for the $40, which is silly because it costs $50 to go to court. It's a no-win situation. Listen, Uber people, you know, it's no different than anywhere else. You know, you're going to get in disagreements with these people, just like anyone. But I find overall the lift to be a better system, although that has nothing to do with the cleaning or anything like that. Amber, what's happening with you? Hi, Amber. Amber?
Hi.
Hi. What's going on, Amber?
I had a garage mechanic out at Inglewood that we had given a car to, and
what's the name of the shop, Amber?
It's a certified mechanic. He started his own business. His name is Rod Ledbetter.
Ledbetter. Rod Ledbetter?
Mm-hmm. He's out at Inglewood.
Does he have a company name?
He doesn't have a company name. No, he was individualized.
Okay. And what went wrong?
So we gave him the car. Problem after problem happened, and we continued to pay for different miscellaneous parts that he said the car needed. At a certain point in time, he said that the motor had seized.
The motor what?
The motor seized.
Oh, my gosh. So you had a lot of problems then.
Well, yeah, so he says. I mean, it started with a vacuum leak, and we had taken it to somebody else. He had once worked on my car previously, so I had one experience with him that was good. So we took him back because he said he had.
So it started with a vacuum leak, and then he kept finding problems?
Yes.
Okay.
And so he said that the motor seized.
But before the point that the motor seized, how much had you spent?
About $500.
Oh, my goodness. And then after spending $500, he says the whole motor's gone. Did you ever think about getting a second opinion at that point?
Yep, so we did. We had another mechanic. It was a Subaru, so we actually had a Subaru mechanic come out. At that point in time, when we viewed the vehicle, the whole top half of the engine was taken off. And so all the Subaru mechanic could tell us is that the crankshaft wasn't turning, but he couldn't tell us how or why that happened. And the process to it
sounds like it was seized. So anyway, what do you want from us? Do you think this mechanic did something to cause it?
No, the problem kind of went a little bit further because we made the choice to then just get a new engine. So we gave
You mean a used engine, I hope. How many miles on this car?
This car originally had 170.
Okay, 170,000. Okay, so you were going to get a used engine, and what happened?
So we gave him the money for the
How
used
much?
engine, and we gave him another $2,000. And so he went shopping for a new used engine and found one, and said that it had a warranty and paperwork, and he had the receipts for it. It was from another Subaru that had been rear-ended, so he said the top half of it was fine. And week after week, it took about 2 weeks, we continued to call him to see what was going on.
So where does it stand? Where does it stand right now, dear? Where right now?
Well, what happened was he said he was in a car accident, and he wasn't, and he ended up admitting to spending the money on court fees, and that he never fixed the vehicle, bought an engine, or any parts for it.
Well, God, I mean, this is what you get for, what do you do now? Small claims court, but what happens then? You get a judgment, he doesn't have anything. Does the guy have anything at all? Any prayer of hope helping you at all?
We did try to settle it with him and just say, in the sense that we offered payments to him. He said he was in a really hard spot.
Wait. You offered payments to him? He stole $2,500 from you.
We offered him to pay us in payments.
Oh, I get it. What did he say?
He said that he would do that.
And
then
what happened to your car, meanwhile? What are you doing about your car?
Well, he pushed it onto the street, and he put all of the parts, which we don't know
how. This guy's a clown. This guy's a clown.
What's missing and what's not missing.
Rod Ledbetter. Rod Ledbetter in Inglewood, right?
Yes.
What's his phone number?
Tom, I listened to the recording. She had a recording that she sent, and I listened to this morning. This guy's drugs. This guy, he was crying when they...
crying over what?
That he had spent the money and stuff, and he had nothing. And
what's his phone number? This guy, we need to warn everyone about this guy.
This guy is... I can pretty much guarantee it's drugs.
You're not going to get a dime.
No, but, I just...
What's his phone number? I want to warn people, and that's why I'm giving out the phone number. If they see this number, they don't always give their names. They might give a phone number, but the phone number is always the one that gives them away.
That's his real name, because we did...
I understand, but he may not use that name, but he'll have to use the phone number. What's the phone number?
720-579-3632.
I'd like to see what he says.
And we can call him, Amber, and stuff, but you need to get this in small claims court ASAP.
Yeah, that's true, but he won't even show up. But once he goes, but if you get a judgment, we might have some secrets. Like, does he have tools?
He does, as far as I understand, yeah, he's got a garage full of tools.
Well, then you might be able to take some of them in a writ of execution. I mean, there are tricks of taking stuff from him, seriously. So you start a small claim court by him, but we're going to call too. And I urge people, if you see this number, 720-579-3632, be very, very, very careful. I mean, I wouldn't call 720-579-3632, except to say he's a lying scumbag, but I wouldn't call him for service. Rod Ledbetter, you better leave town, because seriously, we're going to warn people. I want to put this on the Sleaze Brigade, okay? Would you Dan, would you write down the details for us? Is this the one you have?
Yeah, I'll give him a call. Like I say, I just listened to the voice.
We need to get this down on the Sleaze Brigade, man. We are way behind on that. Of course, we were waiting for our new website, referralist.com, to be done, which is done. But, Amber, we're going to warn others and try to help you any way we can. As far as that moving company goes, did we get a hold of them? What happened? Anything, Clint? What, a voicemail or what? Anything?
Just a voicemail.
I got to take a break, right? I'm way behind on breaks here. I'm sorry. Genesis Total Exteriors for all your exterior work in the good weather, and then he moves to indoors for kitchens and baths and basements. That's GenesisTotalExteriors.com. We know Mark Szymanski for years, and it's someone you can depend on for painting fences, decks, siding, windows, gutters. That's GenesisTotalExteriors.com.
This report is brought to you by Lifeline.
Let's start with the drive up in the high.
Damn, this guy was crying more than you made the other guy cry.
I still have this one. He's got major problems. You know, this guy has bailed out 3 of our people.
Rod Ledbetter, right? How do you spell Ledbetter?
Yeah.
Ledbetter. Oh, you looked him up?
I'm just guessing.
Oh!
I did Google it, and there's
Anyway,
1,000 Rod Ledbetters.
Oh, that's where.
No,
The thing about it is, right now, she's got way more. The car's not worth $2,500.
Oh.
She's got 170,000 miles on it. I can't believe they went and did this, but yeah, I'll pass that.
He took 2,000 from a woman?
2,500.
Enter promo code RISK.
He also might buy the car from
off the low starting price.
Okay. He fixes them all the time. He does these all the time.
Did he say on the tape that he spent it on drugs?
No, not on drugs. He spent on court fines. But he's crying.
Debated this for years. Luckily, there's a new solution to satisfy everyone.
Maybe he's just a really good actor. He's trying to get the sympathy card.
Maybe it was 16 minutes long.
Oh, God. He was one of the call-ins, the show calls.
No, that they had called, and she had sent the recording. They had them. It wasn't like they were secretly recording them. They said, hey, this is recording.
It wasn't a voicemail.
No, they were recording it on whatever, tape recorder, phone, or whatever.
You know,
and they had told him he knew about it.
People shop price so much. Uber, Craigslist, and they're shopping price so much that they're getting, a lot of them are getting themselves in trouble. You can shop these things, but you got to be really careful.
The only thing in that call, Uber thing that bothers me is the cops sit there skinny cop, and then they get hit with a $40 cleaning card. I mean, cop, I know he's trying to be.
He spent the money on what?
And the cop's not going to sit there for a half hour like you said.
A court fines.
Watching him clean.
I don't think we can make it. It's just that part of it sounds a little weird.
Hi, Tom Martino. This Rod Ledbetter sounds like a loser. He literally was crying on the phone to her saying, you know, I can't help. I can't help. I spent the money. I don't know what to do. He's just a jerk. So, Tammy, we can't get a hold of this builder, this mover, but we're trying. Suzanne, what else do we got? And
Amber got disconnected, so she was back with the Rod Ledbetter problem.
No, I know. We're trying. Amber, I say you do the small claims court, get a judgment, and then we might be able to get something with a writ of execution to take stuff from him. Now, listen, on that tip on air and heating and getting more efficiency, I know people waited. And please, don't think this is too simple. It is not.
return air. If you increase return air, most systems, I would say 95% of the systems were built with not enough return air. Don't you find that all the time?
That's absolutely right, Tom.
Now, I'm not just talking about return air inside your furnace room, around the furnace, although that needs to be clear too. We're literally talking about return air ducting. And there was a company that went out and did nothing but that. That's all they did was retrofitted their furnaces with added return air. They did it in the basement where there's a trunk, and they would put some vents in. That alone increased the efficiency of the entire system.
That'll make a huge difference, and we do that if necessary when we install a furnace air conditioning
yeah, of course.
system.
You could call a professional company to do it, but there's really nothing to buy. It's some lame ductwork and some vents. The main thing is the labor. But if you have an open basement especially, you put in more return air. Trust me, most homes, all track homes, not enough return air. They don't put in those vents because people complain about them and they want to keep it saleable. But those return air ducts are the ones that are down low, and they're the big ones down low, and you need to add to them. You need more return air. That alone will increase the efficiency a minimum of 30%, unless you're one of the few that have a true system that's balanced. Okay, Linda, what's happening with you, Linda? Welcome. What's going on?
Hi.
Hi, Linda. What's happening?
Hi, Sam. How are you?
I'm doing good, but I don't want you to run out of time. I want to help you.
I just got one question.
Okay.
I want to make an appointment with you in your office. Did you have chance? Because I don't speak very good English.
Okay. And what do you want this appointment for?
For my son, for his health.
For his health. What's wrong with your son?
My son, was sickness. I don't want to speak over phone because
you're speaking fine right now, and as long as you got through, I will take your name and number and call you back. But hold on. While you're on the phone, we may as well discuss. No one knows who you are. What is wrong with your son?
My son, he's got mental problems. He's very sick.
Okay. Is he an addict?
Yeah, now he's very addicted to alcohol.
To alcohol, so he's an alcoholic. Has he tried any programs to help him?
That's why we needed help from you. No.
Okay.
Very hard to explain to him. He don't get it.
How old is he?
43.
Ah.
Beautiful family,
Does he have a family?
Yes, a wife and 2 children.
Does he work?
No. 3 months or 4 months no work.
Who takes care of the kids?
Wife. She lives with me,
She lives with you?
Yeah, I take her, because we don't know what happened,
You took her in and you took the babies in?
Yeah, I got it in my house this moment.
And you're taking care of her and the kids?
Yes.
But where is he?
In his house.
Okay, who's paying those bills?
Wife.
Well, she should stop unless she... is the house worth saving? Is there a lot of equity?
I don't know. You have to ask her.
I'll help you. Listen, Linda.
You just help me. Can I ask you, Tom?
Yes.
I listen to your radio every day. Just help me what we have to do, how we have to put it in mental...
Suzanne, could you make an appointment? Can you get out? Can you get to us?
Yeah. We make it appointment.
I will. We will. Do me a favor, though. I don't want your son here. I want to talk to you alone because we need to make some hard decisions. It would be nice if his wife could be here, too.
Yeah.
Okay? Do you think she would come?
What time?
It would probably be one early afternoon.
Today?
No, I can't do it today.
Oh, when?
Now, doggone it, I wish I could, but I really can. What part of town are you in, dear?
We are in Aurora, Quincy.
Okay.
Aurora.
Okay, listen. Hold, Suzanne. We'll get your number and make an appointment. Suzanne and I will discuss it. I know it's important to you, Linda, but this is something that, if you really need help and you don't want to talk about it, I don't do this a lot, but I hear a very concerned mom and grandmother, and I want to help you, okay?
Okay, thank you, Tom.
You hang on. Okay. Suzanne, let's get her information. Thank you. Kim, what's happening?
Hey.
Hey, Kim.
I've got a very serious situation here, and I'm hoping you can help me.
Is it with mold I see on the computer, it says?
You bet it is.
What kind of mold? Do you know?
Aspergillium penicillium and Spotchy, the one that starts
so you actually had it tested?
Sure did.
And is it causing any problems?
Serious ones. My daughter's health, she's got autoimmune diseases, sir.
Now, how old is your daughter?
Just turned 17.
And did she know she had these diseases before the mold?
We were aware of them, but they went from being a mild situation where we were living. We moved here to Colorado, and we thought, hey, it's dry. We won't be around any of this problem.
Hardly any mold. So you had mold problems before?
We did, but you know what?
Are you a mold chaser? I mean, and I'm serious about that, Kim. There are people. No, I swear to God, there are people who live in fear of that, and they look for any excuse. Okay, and I meant that sincerely.
I've got a broken pipe.
You have a broken pipe. Okay, so it caused.
That's how this happened.
But that's very easy to get rid of. Now, do you own the place?
No, I'm renting.
You can't force your landlord because they suck. Landlords in this state don't care because they can rent out a place without even trying. Now, technically, they're supposed to make it habitable, but you have a broken pipe and you have mold. What does the landlord say he will do?
Well, nothing. It's just dust.
He says
that black on my wall is just dust.
But he won't do anything to fix. Did he fix the pipe?
He did.
Okay, so now you have to mitigate the mold.
Yes, and I don't know who to turn to because I've called a bunch of lawyers.
Well, lawyers for what? You just have to clean up the mold. I mean,
I agree.
The harm is not permanent to your daughter. I mean, you got mold. Get rid of it. It's really not. Kim, people exaggerate about mold. It's not that hard to get rid of. It really isn't.
You're wrong.
What?
You're wrong, sir.
Okay, then call someone
She sounds like a nut.
Then, Kim, call somebody else then, because you and I are going to come to a basic disagreement. Mold is not difficult to get rid of. It's not.
I agree with you.
What's
You're
that?
100% right.
It's not difficult. So if we do know people who know how to get rid of mold, if that's what you need. But you're going to have to pay for it if your deadbeat landlord won't help you. See,
I agree.
Do you think you want to get out of that place and move somewhere else?
With all my heart, mind, and soul.
Okay, do you have a lease?
Yes, I do.
Now, I think you can use this to get out of the lease if it is a serious problem. So hold on a sec. Clint, would you just follow up with her very quickly to see if it is a serious problem? You can use the laws of habitability to try to get out of your lease. And we can hook you up with an attorney if you need it, but hold on. And there's not going to be a lot of money and a pot and a gold at the end of the rainbow. I want to thank PlumlineServices.com for being here. Remember, folks, save all your problems for me.
Do you worry about market risk? Hi, this is Carlin Tucker. Would you like to participate in market?
She's a little too enthusiastic about it.
Did you hear how she started switching?
Yeah. He's got a great detector he bought, this nut detector that he bought off of Amazon.
You know, I just got off the phone with EPA. You hear?
I know she started talking like in third person.
Hello, I'm there. I've got some good help at EPA over the...
I'm hiring a lawyer to come over and scrub my floors.
I've talked to John a number of times about mold.
You're 100% right, Tom. Tom, I want to come visit with you.
Can I have another appointment?
I'm calling you to get my mold.
If they fix the plumbing leak, 99% of the time it'll die on its own.
I sent you my panties, Tom.
They don't have mold.
There's no mold in my panties.
Are we still up?
What is that? You're killing me.
Which one?
Set your computer there.
Mark,
I'm doing show highlights
the
every day. I'm trying to do it.
Computer.
Okay, so hold on. Which is the last one I had? This one that really pissed me off. Who's this? Not the woman with
with the mold.
No, there was another one.
Linda with the drug son. Champion with the movie. Amber with the Ledbetter.
Oh, the landmark garage.
By the way,
Carmelo.
Puts it on.
By the way, I do not agree with your deal on that.
What?
With the drug addict. I don't agree with any of that. Don't fucking show up dead. I will be fucking livid.
What did I just
Who shows up dead?
Hooking up with the Russian fucking mafia there. I think you're fucking insane. I'm going on record.
Talking about? I don't even know what you're talking about.
Appointment that the girl, her son's an alcoholic.
What's wrong with meeting with her?
I'm just telling you, I don't like one bit of it.
Why?
Because I fucking don't trust people.
Okay, let's set that up with
fucking old
let's
woman.
set the
What do you
meeting
think
up
she's
with
gonna
Mark.
do?
I don't know.
No, seriously, Mark. What do you think?
I don't know. I didn't like any of it. That's what I'm
You
just
just didn't
telling
like
you.
the feeling of it?
I don't like the whole feeling of it. Bob, what do you think? Would you go meet with him?
I'm not going anywhere. She's coming here.
Even worse.
Did you
You're talking about the mom that called in about her son?
The 45-year-old.
I hope that doesn't. Now a lot of people want.
What did he pay? $3,000 up front to Landmark.
37. I thought it was 3,700.
37.
To Landmark, 37, yeah, 37.50 or something like that.
I don't know what you do in a situation like that anyway. I got a niece